Well, I've kind of lost track of the episode count, so I've kind of
I
thrown
was
it
about
out
to
the
say,
window.
I don't know where we are.
I'm kind of throwing it out the window now because we're at that point where
somewhere
we're doing
between
so
10
many,
and 20.
we're doing so many specials.
I think it's 16.
I don't know. Between the Star Wars reviews and then the trailer, and then there's going to be Assassin's Creed one, we got a lot of specials. So I think I'm just roping those specials into count now because they shouldn't be neglected.
It's hours worth of content. So
Exactly. We
don't
don't
count
want to
them
be
out.
like
Special features.
Yeah, we
On
don't
our
want to say
DVD
they don't
release.
exist. So, anyways, I'll go first.
Okay, that's what it sounded like you were going to do. and
Alright, sorry, I'm really late. Obviously, you're not here. I'm late.
This is the first time Travis has been the late one. There's always someone a little bit late.
Kirkland.
Today,
Not a little.
I didn't want to say it. Today was Travis.
I'm not prepared. I was so mad at my bank, but I'll go with because
So salty.
I'll go with the ridiculously good-looking Travis Snail in honor of Halloween, which I got a retweet from Ben Stiller. Very stoked about that. That made my whole week,
Oh yeah, that was
year.
pretty neat.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
awesome. So I'm here.
I'm, I guess, an average-looking human being, Dylan Musk.
I'm the jet-lagged Jessica, and I would
Nice.
definitely rather be sleeping right now.
Nice. I'm Prince Charming Taylor for my Halloween.
No, he's just introducing himself that way now to everybody. Job interviews.
Ladies.
Yeah.
And I'm Kirk and Patzer. I don't really have anything else to go off of that, so I'll just leave it at that.
Good stuff.
My
But I
crazy
don't have
title.
anything else,
Yeah.
Kirkland.
Yeah, that's
Do you-
the one and only.
Do you want to start us off? You're freshly black. You're freshly black. No, you're freshly back.
She's
Whoa.
not
Wow.
black.
Yeah.
A little tan. maybe.
Yeah, you're back from your trip, which obviously you've talked about before. You were going to Japan, but now you're officially back. How was that?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Seriously, I could just, like, this entire cast. I
Yeah,
could
you can't
talk
see it.
about
She has
this
like a
cast.
huge glowing like smile. Like
It was
it's jealous. I'm jealous.
Yeah, I don't know. If there's anything like you guys want to ask, I know they were asking about Pokken. You weren't here for that.
No.
It's pretty cool. It seems to get progressively harder though as you play it. So like the first level was like super easy, you just breeze through it, and then the next one like you couldn't even land a hit. So it didn't really make sense. It was kind of hard being as I couldn't read the screen. I don't really know.
Could you just pick any character from like the roster, or were you set with like certain people?
Yeah,
in the
you could
arcade?
you could pick. But then you were like offered, I think it was a power up, and I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell what it was, and I couldn't figure out how to mega evolve, which kind of sucked because there's cues, but I can't read any of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can.
What characters did you try?
I did Mewtwo and Gengar, and then Matt did Mewtwo and Pikachu. I think it was. So it wasn't too amazingly fun to like keep playing for hours on end, but I'd buy it for a Wii U, to say the least.
Okay.
Buy that for $1.
If it went on sale for $1, most definitely. And I also
Good
couldn't
value.
find anything for Pokemon Go there. I looked actually, and it's supposed to be in beta over there, but there was
really?
nothing for it anywhere.
Oh, go on.
So yeah.
Do you? I'm probably sure you heard. How do we all feel about the Dark Mewtwo or whatever that's coming? Apparently.
I think it looks cool.
Yeah.
I saw gameplay footage. I know.
I didn't see gameplay,
Yeah.
but I like Mewtwo, so.
Yeah, he looks really cool when you watch
Mewtwo's
him
pretty
play.
It's on our Facebook page. I put up a video of his gameplay.
Come on, man.
Well, as far as I know, I don't play Pokemon, so this is like the first appearance of this Pokemon.
The Dark Mewtwo?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
as far as to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, as well, they got a limited edition Pokemon Mystery Dungeon that just came out while I was over there as well, too, that we never got. So, their game selection is just mind-boggling. Like, I know I was talking to Kirkland about the SAO game coming out. They have 4 SAO games already released over there.
That's
that
crazy.
has just never come to Canada. So, you could go into, they had basically like vintage game shops, and you could go in and they would have N64 sitting there for like $40, and then tons of games, like an unbelievable amount of games you could just pick from, and they would range from like $2 to $50 depending on what they were,
Yeah.
which is really cool. Unfortunately, permitting, I could not buy one.
How come?
Just space.
Oh, yeah.
Money-wise, it's really expensive to eat 3 times a day for 2 people.
There it is.
In general, for 2 weeks, we had to eat out
Oh,
3
yeah.
times a day.
I kind of forgot how gone you were. How long you were gone.
So, adds up. And,
Yeah.
I mean, anything that's related to, like, tourism, like Pokemon, Hello Kitty, any, like, Americanized anime, so, like, Attack on Titan, Sailor Moon, is so overpriced. It's unbelievable. Like I was telling these guys before you got here, I bought a bag of 10 mini Kit Kats in different flavors, and they range from, like, $15 to $25 for a bag.
Jeez.
Just because it's tourist.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It was a definitely crazy experience. It's not like Kelowna where everything's, like, done at 5 o'clock. We would go out at 2 a.m. and things would just be starting. Like, bars would just be opening. And
Nice.
yeah.
I think that's a big Canada thing, because in the States, it seems like whenever I'm there, even at 5, there's a few places, but even at like 5 a.m., like, it's busy, this and that, but in Canada, it seems like once 2 a.m. hits the latest, that's it. Like,
Yeah.
nothing's open. Like,
Yeah. And culture-wise, like, everyone's so nice over there. There's so much respect as compared to here, like, I don't know. We're better than, some other places. But we went to this one bar, and there was a bottle of green tea liqueur. So the bartender, like, made me a drink with matcha and milk, and it tasted just like drinking green tea. And I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And I was like, I wish I could buy a bottle of this. And the bartender, the owner of the shop, and then a random guy in the bar looked up where I could buy it in Japan at 2 in the morning so I could go buy myself a bottle.
nice.
Just because that's how nice they were. So, it's cool.
What was the story with the dog? Jessica posted a picture on her Facebook that there was a dog sitting at the bar, and...
That's Hannah-chan.
Yeah.
She is actually the resident dog of the bar. She belongs to the owner, and she comes and hangs out. And if there's a free spot at the bar, she gets to sit at the bar and
That's cool.
she has, like, a bag of treats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. Her name's Hannah-chan, and she's, like, super cute.
Yeah.
That was actually the bar that the guy helped me find the bottle of green tea, so...
Sounds like a nice place overall.
It was, I got to sit beside her, and eventually she, like, came on my chair with me. We had a bonding moment.
A nice
Not
moment.
gonna brag.
Powwow.
So, unfortunately, though, the Shiba Inu that works in the cigarette shop retired, so I was not able to see him. If any of you know. You guys don't know about the Shiba Inu that sells cigarettes?
Thanks, Stacey.
Yeah, I was thinking one of us.
Well, it's the Shiba Inu dog, but it's like, it was a shop in Japan, and you go and ring a bell, and the Shiba Inu would, like, come out from the back and open the window, and he'd, like, point to what you want, and the dog would, like, bring it to you. It was a dog that owned a shop. Really? None of you?
No.
That sounds cool.
Yeah,
that's
amazing.
that's
Who
pretty
owned the
neat.
dog?
He owned himself.
Yeah.
Hey.
He
was
owns
very
a
responsible
He owned a
adult.
human.
I can't even own
You don't
my
need
own
no-
shop. It's a dog. That's
You don't
owning
need
his
no
own shop.
human.
That means you're doing something wrong, man.
Apparently.
And then how was Disneyland and Halloween down there?
Oh,
Halloween, what were people... Was it about what you thought, or were there a lot of costumes you were surprised? Like, what is the general sense of the costume now? Is it just pretty much all anime?
So do
for
you mean
Halloween?
for, like, Disneyland or, like, Halloween?
For Halloween.
There was a lot of random things that weren't related to anything anime. We saw groups of, like, 10 bananas walking together, and daikon radishes were another popular one. But then we also saw, like, Piccolo, Naruto stuff.
Yeah.
You get the cops and the nurses, quote unquote.
Was there any superheroes?
Not that I remember seeing.
So I was like, I'm not
actually.
going.
No, I'm just trying to find out, like, what would you say was the most, like, North American costume there that was like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like, it's someone like...
Banana.
The banana? Oh my god.
The banana was like the overruling, like, random costume. Or the Pikachu onesie. Like the lazy, I bought this at the Pokemon Center this morning. And
but still counts.
yeah, exactly.
That's like their lazy costume is a Pikachu costume.
Yeah.
Onesies were huge over there. There was different at the Pokemon Center. There was other Pokemon onesies that I've never actually seen in Canada before, and they have something. It's like Yoga and Watch or something. It's
Yoga and Watch?
It's a substitute for Pokemon. And there was people wearing the onesies for that everywhere. I don't know why it's so big over there. It's way bigger than it seems here. So.
Yeah.
But no, I think probably it was definitely more kind of anime related. Like I
Yeah.
saw in like Cardcaptor Sakura as well, Death Note, things like that. Definitely, I don't think I saw any superheroes. I'm
Yeah,
sure
no,
you
I was
saw
just
it.
wondering. No, I was just wondering because then I would think, oh, that's very like North American costume-ish because that's all you see here. It's
Yeah.
like superhero kind of big box office movies and whatnot. But
Did you see any League of Legends characters?
No,
Really?
really.
I thought there'd be a lot, actually.
Yeah, no, I don't think I saw any.
That's interesting.
But I'll be honest, like, we went to, it's called Scramble Crossing. So, like, when you ever see a movie and all of a sudden the light changes and, like, people flood from, like, every direction into, like, this massive ball, that's where we went.
that's on purpose, or is that just like a nickname for it?
It's called Scramble Crossing.
Okay, that's a term
That's the...
Elaborate a little bit. I'm a little bit confused.
Okay,
What
so
what
you-
we're doing here.
in movies all the time.
Okay.
Because this happens in New York, but I'm not sure. Is this just like a term people say, or do they say like this corner is?
Yeah,
gravel?
it's called Scramble Crossing.
Okay.
So, like, whenever you watch a movie and there's, like, the overview of Tokyo, and then you'll see, like, everyone flood from every direction when the light changes, there's, like, millions of people.
It's just people crossing the street at the
Yeah.
same time and making
Okay.
a big...
Okay, thank you for helping.
Watch Tokyo Drift.
You seem really
I-
confused.
It's
What's
an
going
ugly-
on?
So you went to one of these? I don't know.
Yeah, we went to, it's called Scramble Crossing for Halloween.
Okay.
And
It's a Halloween thing. Okay.
No, it's like an
so
all the time thing. I'll show you after.
We're gonna have a separate podcast.
I've just never heard of this term before, so I don't know.
I haven't heard of it, but I know what
road.
it is. Like,
Okay. Well,
yeah, like I got
I've
what she
heard
was
of people
saying.
crossing the road, so
But
that's
it's
cool.
like in the certain area, there's so many people, and it's like they all just come from every different.
Yeah,
All the
like
different
it's not like
directions.
we're here where we cross like, you know, vertical and then horizontal. It's people can cross from corner to corner and left, right, anywhere they want because the entire street just stops because everyone rushes in. There's so many people.
It's like Lord of the Rings, and the big battles at the end. It's just like, oh.
Is it like Lord of the Rings?
Not quite.
I
Not
think
quite.
Is it really?
In New York, it is. When I was there, that's.
I've never heard that term, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. Anyway, there was so many people. They had to bring in cops to try and stop people from crossing the street when the lights weren't changed. So they had giant, like, cloth tapes. So that way people couldn't push through. And they would get police to, like, barricade people into the street. But there was so many people, it became like a mosh pit on every corner until the light changed again. Because people in the back couldn't see that there was no way to go forward. And by the end of the night, if you looked on the ground, there was like shoes everywhere and selfie sticks and
sticks.
different props from all the costumes, and it was so crazy. We ended up pretty much getting knocked over, and like I got trampled on because there was just so many people, and there was no way that you could even like handle, you know, 1,000 people pushing in one direction and then 1,000 people pushing back, and
Did your life flash before your eyes when you were getting trampled on? Did you at one
People
moment?
die.
Did you at one moment think this is how I go?
I did not.
Okay.
I
Scramble
did.
crossing.
I did
Yeah,
think I'm
damn
glad
it.
I'm like not wearing a wig or something because there was like one girl whose hair was like getting ripped out and she's like
I
trying
thought
to
you
like.
said this was a nice place.
It was awesome.
Until
Okay.
until the crossing. That's all. But
You gotta
Lord
be
of the
tough though, or
Rings.
else you get
Lord of the
trampled to
Rings.
death.
Yeah, Lord,
See, that
Lord
sounds
of
more
the
like Lord of
Rings.
the Rings right there. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it was fun. You know, there was people driving around in their cars dressed as Mario characters for like Mario Kart, which was pretty
awesome.
amazing.
That's cool.
Yeah. But then Halloween in Tokyo Disneyland was absolutely amazing. You got a lot of people that went really all out. So you get like people in like actual Belle dresses that were like huge and massive and like spinny Cinderella dresses. I posted a picture of the Jack cosplay.
That's good.
A lot of people like that. She actually had a Sally with her too that ended up coming out later. And then you also got really big groups. So there was groups of like Alice in Wonderland where you'd have Tweedledee and Tweedledum and the Mad Hatter and like tons of people would get together. I actually got a picture of I think it was like 8 or 9 Sallys all dressed the exact
Jeez.
same just walking together. Yeah, it was really cool. Definitely an experience for sure.
Was that your first time at any Disneyland, or had you been to one of the
No,
American
I've
ones?
been to Disneyland twice in California.
That's good.
So, and then Disney Sea is completely different from anything we have in North America or anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
And basically, they just like put a wall up to the ocean and said, "We're taking this water," and made their own like Venice, like around the water. So that one was really cool. It gets a lot of flack because was not a planned Disney resort, but it's definitely, if you ever head that way, something to check out. So
So you enjoyed your trip.
yeah, I'm definitely going back. I'm trying to convince Matt to move there. It's not going so well. I told them we have to decide because it takes a year to get your cat's vaccination approved to go to Japan. So we'll see.
Okay. Does anyone else want to start us? Well, does anyone else go anywhere exciting? I can top
I was in Kelowna the whole time.
Nice.
so
Yeah,
that's
what
not too
happened?
exciting.
What was Kelowna Halloween, guys? What I miss?
Oh,
It was
lots of drunk people.
lots of drunk people. Yeah.
Lots of people that I feel like this year's onesie in Kelowna is like the classic Ninja Turtle or superhero, but it's a t-shirt, and I'm like, you motherfuckers, like just go and buy the t-shirt. Different for you. You could pass because you were
Thing
right?
one.
Thing
I was
one.
thinking one thing.
So
too.
you get to wear a t-shirt, but
Yeah.
people that are superheroes and like the fake abs or the whatever, the Ninja Turtles, I'm like, screw you. Like, go drop the $40.
I was just gonna add on that everyone I saw was wearing like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The party I went to,
The
we actually-
t-shirts?
Well, one guy actually had like a full costume and
Props
like
to
a
that
shell
guy.
and everything, but then everyone else showed up with their T-shirt and like just like the headband thing.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
we
saw
had
so
four
many
turtles.
of those.
We had 4 turtles at the party, so it was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, no, my Halloween was good. Went to a few house parties. Went to
How was the haunted
Oh.
house? Did you end up going to that?
yeah, it was good. I actually have pictures. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was really short, but it was pretty fun. It was just like a lot of good jump scares, things like that. They had some good people like hitting the doors and whatnot. And
What
just
haunted
good
house
effects.
was that?
It was in Glenmore.
Was that the one where they were blasting music?
Oh,
And
yeah.
on the window they had
Awesome.
like the silhouette.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to that too.
Yeah, it's
that was
fun.
really good.
Yeah, it was fun. Like I said, it was short, but no, it was really, really good. So.
Mm.
Did
No.
anyone check out the one that's in like Vernon, where they actually have the guy that like chases you with a chainsaw and stuff?
No.
At the O'Keefe Ranch.
I think that's what.
Yeah.
It
Oh yeah, I
I
did
wanted
that
to
last
do that.
year. We
I
should
wanted
do that
to.
next
Was it
year.
good?
It's really fun. Oh yeah, like that one's really scary and it's really long because it's a corn maze.
Yeah.
So like, there's constantly people all around you. And
That's crazy.
It's awesome. Yeah.
I've never done that one, but I've heard really good things.
Oh yeah, it's worth it. I saw this terrible one on Facebook that was like something like, I don't know. Maybe your girlfriend shared it to you about the adrenaline junkies and like the meth heads who like they like it was a Marine and
It was Marines in the
yeah,
corner,
that
corner or
looked
whatever.
so fucked up when they're like literally like dunking in the head and like fake blood and like
Yeah.
things like that. Like there's a part of me that wants to try it, but it looked really traumatic because I'm like,
Yeah.
is it fake blood? Is that fake shit? Like I don't know what they're
Yeah,
doing
that's
with them.
when we have to sign the waiver or
Yeah.
whatever, and they're dunking your head and all
But
that
it's like
stuff.
it's hours and they're like torturing you.
It's 2 hours and it's free, isn't it?
I don't
better
know
be
if it's
free.
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the one. I don't know if it's the same one, but I heard about
Life's
something
worth
like
of
that.
traumatic
It's like
memories.
Yeah.
incredibly, yeah,
price
it's
to
incredibly
pay.
like just terrifying.
I want to do it, but like I still want to. I want to go because apparently too in Kamloops, you guys know about like the haunted like insane asylum there.
Mm, yeah.
Apparently they're going to tear that down soon, so I really want to do that before that goes away. But my always
Oh,
fear about that is if I see a ghost, I don't know if that'll like traumatize me for the rest of my life. Like if I see it once, then you know for sure, and you'd always be looking.
This insane asylum, it's an actual haunted house they have there. Or you just want to go there for fun.
No, this is like a rumored like this is haunted.
So
like,
you're gonna break in
You're just gonna break in, yeah, for
and
fun.
like
well,
possibly get
yeah, but no
murdered.
one's in there. No one's in there. And I'd
That's
bring
what
other
you
people. I'm
think.
not going alone.
Yeah, but other people don't help. I mean, in the movies, when people do that kind of stuff, it doesn't work out. For
I'm gonna get a group of people. It's gonna be fine.
That's
I mean,
what people think. They go in with a group of people and they all
just
die.
I think it'd be better to see a ghost.
really?
Because, I mean, I don't know, it's kind of would suck. Like, you hear.
What if that ghost was Jessica too? That'd just be
I
hilarious.
always see a ghost all the time.
Yeah, just, hitchhike down there.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, you hear a weird noise or whatever, and you get all sketched out, and you just think it's your mind tweaking out. Or,
Do you believe
find
in
out that
ghosts?
paranormal activity exists.
I think so, but it's one of those like it would no longer be a thought so anymore. It would be like it's real, and I would feel like then anytime I'm in the dark, that's what would mess me up more. It's like all the time I'd be scared. Right now, it's like you never know if there's a ghost. But if I've seen one ghost, I feel like those times when you turn off the lights from your bathroom and your bedroom, like I can make it because like there's nothing. Now I'd be like, oh fuck, I'm
Okay,
leaking all the
so-
lights on. I got a flashlight. That's where I feel like I'd be
Yeah.
traumatized.
I got a question for you guys. What do you think is more chance of being true, aliens or ghosts?
Oh, aliens!
Aliens.
Aliens are
Aliens.
guaranteed.
I think we're.
Guaranteed. Ooh, that was like a prime.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
I think people that say no are really
Mistaken?
naive because there's no. It's such a classic like human like maybe there's other human beings, but let's say North American like thought process to think that we're the only people in the world. Like it's so
We are the only
cocky.
people in the world.
What?
The galaxy, man.
But that's what I mean, in the
Universe.
galaxy. Like, there are people that think, like, no, we can't think that there's nothing out there in this whole universe, not one other colony, like, there has to be something. I'm not saying it's a
If there's no end to it, then there's got to be.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a full functioning thing like us, but you don't know, like, we could be the ones just being watched. Like, I think that's for sure. I think there's both more, they probably could be real, but I think aliens for sure. I would take aliens 100%. I'm just waiting for one day when
But
we're
you're
screwed.
saying that they're not as advanced as us, but I would think, like, we had a huge decline with the Christian Dark Ages, so I would think if something created itself at the same time through the Big Bang, they would have to be more advanced.
Oh,
than
no,
us.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, I believe it could be someone more advanced or less advanced. Like, I just believe anything's out
There's
there.
anything.
Like, there could just be, like, a caveman, like, alien where they're stupid, but they're still aliens, right? That's what I mean. Like, I'm not saying, like, oh, they're not advanced, but I'm saying that there's for sure something out there. I just don't know what the level would
Could
be.
be a
I
planet
hope
of
we're
that.
most advanced, because if not, like, oh, we're screwed. Like,
No, we've
this-
seen Independence Day. Just send the virus up and
Yeah.
Just kidding.
You should
Trump
call Will
2016, he's gonna protect us.
Trump
Gonna build a wall.
Around the aliens.
Huge wall.
Okay, well, let's get into this. Let's get in. I got some tidbits. It's
Good
been a
intro.
while.
Tidbits.
Okay, you probably haven't seen it, but who's seen the Warcraft trailer?
I did.
Oh,
I just watched it.
yeah.
Oh no, I didn't. No, I forgot. Taylor's had no Wi-Fi all day, so maybe in
I
a
saw
couple
the
months.
reserves. Like,
he's
I don't
actually
know if I want
crying
to watch
now.
this, but we're gonna talk about it.
We're gonna
Yeah,
get
you
a
better
Kickstarter
plug your
going
ears.
for Taylor's phone here soon because he didn't see the new Star Wars trailer. That's what we're talking about. He didn't
I'm
see
gonna mute it
Warcraft.
and play it while you guys talk.
Oh
You
my
can't. You
God.
can't mute it though. You should like
Have
leave
you
the
seen
room
it?
and go
Yeah, I
watch
did.
it.
Okay.
It just came out today, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's go around. Jessica, what do you think? And we'll go around while Taylor's watching. What
I-
do you overall?
I thought it was beautiful. Like
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
watch it, visually stunning,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. I don't necessarily like. I know you were saying that you think it might be a disappointment.
I just go with what I hear.
Yeah.
Don't
but
shoot the messenger.
I don't know. It looked really good. I'm wondering how it'll work when they end up mixing the CGI with the humans, though, because I mean, Blizzard by itself creates stunning imagery, and their costume designs for the humans are really beautiful. But mixing those two together, I mean, Blizzard's art style is so unique. I'm wondering how well they'll mesh. But so far, I think it looks really good. I'm super excited about it.
Dylan.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't really relate to the story or anything. Like, I don't really know at all what it'll
I'm
be
the same,
about.
yeah.
But just the visuals looked really, really good. Looked really interesting. I don't really have much more than that. Really, just think it looks pretty cool.
I'll kind of piggyback on what you said. Anytime I saw the trolls and the humans interacting, that looked a little cheesy to me. Like, and I know they're not going to have as big as budget as something like Avatar or whatnot, but in those movies where I feel like it looks seamlessly and you can. And even with like Gollum, it doesn't bug you, that CGI. And obviously it's just a trailer, so that could change by the time we get to the actual film, but that was my only hold up watching it. It looks good enough. Like, I don't play the game, so I can't be that excited for it. I'm just like, oh, it looks cool, I'll go see it, hoping it's the first really good video game movie. But that was my only hold up, was the trolls or the orcs next to humans look not bad.
It's definitely not
but
like a seamless transition.
yeah, like it stood out, and that's my
Yeah.
problem. If it's like that the whole movie, that'll take me out of it. So that was my only thing. It looks alright. The main guy, I feel like, does he look like that in the game? The guy that's been on like all the posters with the long hair and the beard. Does he look like that in the game? I don't know anyone's
don't
names.
play
I'll
it,
show you
actually.
later. He just looks very, very much like they're like, hey, we need a guy that looks like Aragorn, and that's my other hold up. It's just, but yeah, I'll go see it. I'm like on like. I couldn't say I'm excited, but like I'll see it. Like, that's me.
I'm excited to see the cosplay that comes out of it too.
Yeah.
Seeing all the armor for the guys, I think that'll create some new interesting ideas.
Yeah. I actually just watched it today on my lunch, but I actually really like like you guys said, the CGI on it. It reminded me a lot of like the old Blizzard games that I used to play, like the Warcraft 3, not just like World of Warcraft, but that one, because like the cinematics in that game was just like amazing, and then this actually looked really similar, so I really liked it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm not like I need to see it, but it
Yeah.
looks cool.
I don't think anyone here is really.
I feel like if you play World of Warcraft, you'd be a lot more into it.
I've played it. I'm not like diehard.
Yeah.
9 years of throwing money at my computer.
Do we know anything about the story? Like, is it based off
That's
some
what I
sort of quest line from the
gonna ask
game,
you.
or is it just made up?
I
Taylor,
think
sure you're watching still.
Isn't it supposed to be based like before the games?
I think so, because like I didn't really recognize too
There
many
was-
too much of it, but
Because from what I could see, there was only there was only like 4 races in the trailer. So I can't see them being too far. Because, I mean, once you get into more games, you start getting more races. Yeah. And either they're just not showing them at all for some reason, or it's going to be prior to the discovery of the races, right?
Yeah. I think it starts around the time when, because orcs were originally orange, and then I can't remember exactly the details surrounding it, but something happens and they drank. You remember?
Yeah, no,
you should explain it then.
Because there's like a demon from another world. Basically, he makes a bargain with the orcs to like give them more powerful, but it like basically means that they're like. They owe their lives to him. I forget his name, but I don't even want to try. But and then it turns them green, but they get like way stronger and just like they just become beasts, and then they go through the portal into whatever the world's called, Azeroth. Yeah. Like if I knew more about World of Warcraft, it'd probably be a lot better.
I feel like
so you got time to start playing before it comes out. You know?
Legion.
June 2016, which is good now because it's not opening against Jurassic World 2 anymore because it got moved forward up. So that's good. So it has a chance.
Good for them.
Yeah,
that's a good choice.
It's a busy summer, which is kind of not just tough for them, but any movie between like Batman and X-Men and Civil War. It's like any movie that's a blockbuster. It's kind of tough because so many people are going to be spending money on other movies. But yeah, we'll go see it. But yes.
I know a lot of people that want to see it.
Yeah.
So. And I've been looking forward to it since, like, for years now.
Yeah. Taylor, you want to give your overall thoughts on what you just watched? Taylor just watched it.
I really, really liked what I saw. I think I can see what you guys
Why did I even ask? When are you not going to like something?
I could see what you guys meant with the CGI and having the live actors trying to have them both sync in together. But the movie was really, really colorful to the point where it blends in really well with having live characters with CGI.
I don't know. I think it's kind of oversaturated color, though, isn't it?
It was very bright.
Yeah.
That's true. It was pretty bright.
But I think that fits for what it's going for.
I think so, too.
Yeah, the world itself is not just like our world, right? It's supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Blizzard style.
Blizzard style.
I know. I'll go see it, most definitely.
Yeah.
So. I've always thought Blizzard should make movies. Their art's so beautiful.
Ever since I saw their cinematics on this, I think the first Warcraft game I played was the second one, and like the gameplay on that was so bad, but the cinematics.
I remember opening up like Diablo 3 and watching the cinematics for that on like Xbox 360 on a large screen was just like, oh.
Yeah, even like Diablo 2 had such good cinematics, and that's like a 90. No, it's not a 90s game. Sorry. Near 90s.
It probably was.
I think it was.
Wait a minute.
Was it actually?
It's an old game, dude.
Yeah.
It took a long time.
Well, there you go. It's a 90s cinematics,
no,
and it's still really nice.
Maybe not. Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I feel like it would be really early
90s.
2000s, or like...
I feel like
90s.
90s might actually be a little late.
Late? Wait, what?
Like...
80s.
70s, folks.
Yeah. Came out before Pac-Man.
Diablo 2. 2000.
Oh,
I was so...
Right on the brink.
Just missed the cut.
I said 2000s.
Okay.
Or maybe 90s. Late 90s.
So, I mean, really, it was right in the middle.
Anyways, I'm going to do
before we move on, I have to just say, for the Horde. Oh, whatever.
Such disgust from
Alliance.
Taylor's face.
Alliance, yeah.
Neutral, Pandaren.
Whatevs, man.
Oregon.
No idea.
It's
Me and Travis
the
are
different sides in
There's Alliance and Horde, and that's basically
There's
the
only
general
two?
idea, because they fight.
Marvel. That's me.
Marvel. Marvel.
The new race, the new faction that comes in. It's like, what?
We'll win.
Marvel heroes.
I got Thanos. Anyways, to do some quick tidbits to roll off. It's been probably about 3 weeks since we've recorded a live one, a little inside scoop. It's just been ones that have been filmed here and there and whatnot, or recorded. So I saw a lot of movies over the time, and a couple of them have seen with me. If not, I'll go quick. But
I have a couple of them on my list.
First one I want to go is Goosebumps. I saw that.
Is that out?
Yeah, that's been out for 3 weeks.
Sweet.
It definitely was out for Halloween.
Yeah.
I know it was
She's
out
in
for...
Japan.
No, it wasn't
It was out before you left.
it was not out before I left.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No.
I'd have to think, but I think when do you leave?
20th.
Of October? I think it was out. I think it came out the 13th. I'm not even joking.
Oh,
But anyways,
back burner movies.
messed up.
yeah. Anyways, so it came out. It was pretty good, actually. Like
Yeah.
it's I'd still watch the TV show over it because it definitely has more of a kids horror element to it. This is more like the adventure, like CGI and whatnot. But for an adaptation, it wasn't that bad. You see a lot of like classic monsters. Slappy's in it a lot, and it has a good like few R.L. Stine twists and a lot of good Easter eggs. So it's enjoyable. The reason I think I like it so much is because the movie could have been so bad. Like, you think about a Goosebumps movie, it could have been awful. And this is decent. Like, this to me is like a 6.5 out of 7, but for a Goosebumps movie, that's good.
6.5 out of 7.
Yeah, 6.5 to 7. Like, around there.
I was like, whoa, 6.5 out of 7.
That's how I'm rating this stuff now.
First of all, that's a weird scale. Oh, that's pretty good.
But, yeah, so that was really good. If you love the show, I'd say see it. You'll like it as a fan. It has some cheesy moments at the time, and Jack Black is like, he's alright, and he's doing his Jack Black thing, but like it's still good. The other one we saw,
Jack Black is a sweet dude. Okay,
I know, but like it's not. If you know who R.L. Stine is, that's Jack Black's not the right person. Like it's not like R.L. Stine's a very just quiet, docile person. Jack Black's doing it. Like,
he's quite loud.
Yeah, so it's very out there.
Did you see it too?
It's very tenacious.
No, but
They saw this next
but I've
one.
seen Jack Black in concert. So.
It did come out on the 16th.
I did say Tenacious D in concert. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tenacious D in
Life-changing.
concert. Yeah, exactly. Life changing. I'm so jealous.
It's amazing.
Ugh.
It's weird though, because Jack Black, like, I don't think he smiled once. Like, he has his game face on when he's performing, and it was weird because he's always such a
Crazy,
jokester, but
yeah.
he was down to
Yeah,
business.
That's awesome. Did they
Metal.
perform Master Exploder?
No, I don't think so
Oh.
because it was when the new album came out, so they must have did like
Oh, okay.
things from that.
Master Exploder.
Anyway,
Okay, go
continue.
on.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Plus, that's probably impossible to do live. It's such a crazy song.
I saw it live on YouTube.
I saw it live on YouTube.
I did. I saw a live recording. That wasn't live.
What else? What other tidbits you got?
Yeah, you
I'm on my movies. I'm at my Travis at the theater skit.
Oh,
I got another one. No, I'm joking.
I got some non-movies, but you can like finish
Okay.
yours. And
And then
Goosebumps
Dylan
6.5 or 7 out
out
of 10.
Okay, and then Dylan, Kirkland, and myself saw Crimson Peak
Crimson
a
Peak.
few weeks ago.
I forgot that was before like our last.
It was a while
Yeah,
ago.
it was a
That's
while
good.
ago.
That's
Yeah,
a long
you
time.
guys go first because I've been chatting this whole time.
No, I thought it was interesting. I didn't think it was quite as scary as I thought it would be, maybe, from the trailer.
Yeah,
And
it's definitely kind of marketed to a film. It's not really.
Yeah.
They make it seem like it's this full-out, really scare horror movie.
There
and
wasn't
it's-
like a lot of ghosts in it, even.
No.
It was.
but it's Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, he did great.
kills
Oh,
it.
yeah.
He's the best part of the movie. I think he's so
I think
good.
the whole cast did pretty well. Yeah, it was a great movie overall, I'd say.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. The
Very
the art
beautiful.
style, yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
the
so
house, yeah.
when they first showed the house with like, and even when it was snowing and the blood came, or
The
like,
clay.
the clay,
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
it looked like blood. So
I don't know.
Well, that was
was it
definitely-
supposed to be clay or?
It was
It was a
clay.
clay deposit.
Because at first when they talked about that,
Remember
spoiler.
he was building his machine to like figure out how to dig all the
Don't-
clay?
don't spoil
Most
too much.
efficient.
No, this is the only spoiler I want. Oh, actually, I won't say that. But I thought the clay was blood. I thought it was going to lead to something else. But then when it was clay, like,
Oh, yeah.
I think it
I
was just meant to be like scary or
yeah.
spooky or
but I
something.
thought they were just like, oh yeah, it's clay. Like, don't worry. And they're like, that's totally blood.
Yeah,
but
no,
like, no, it's clay.
I really like that they had
Just
that
good.
though. Like just like I felt it was like almost symbolic in a way for
Yeah,
like
for sure.
yeah because and like just like in the background it's always like dripping down the walls and they're just like doing their scene. It's just always dripping down the walls.
Yeah.
And it's like I really like that.
It was great imagery, and that's what that was. It's one of those horror movies that also we talked about a few casts ago, like Silent Hill. It was much more about the imagery than like being scared.
Yeah,
and, like,
I-
like scaring.
I
you.
really like horror movies
Yeah.
that are like that too. It's not all about jump scares
Yeah.
because a lot of the time, if it's filled with jump scares, it's not even that scary.
No.
So you get scared for a second, but like you're not really thinking about it.
And
But
they're
it's
just
like-
scaring you because it's a loud noise.
Yeah,
and whatnot.
exactly.
It's better to be like actually scared.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
not saying that
a
Crimson
good
Peak was that,
atmosphere,
but
a good atmosphere
Yeah.
to it. I really liked it though.
Yeah.
The story was not what I thought.
no,
Obviously, the movie wasn't what I thought. Like everyone, really,
in a good
Yeah.
way.
in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, the trailer didn't reveal like too much about what they
No.
were dealing with story-wise.
Yeah, and like at the end of the movie, like I didn't know what was gonna happen, which I liked. There's a sense of mystery to it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really good movie.
No, I really enjoyed it. But
Yeah.
that
What,
was.
what is your number score? Or do you have to see it again to give it a number score?
I usually
7.5
see them
out of
again,
7.
but yeah, it's
You only saw
7.5 out of 7.
You only saw
No,
Goosebumps.
I know, I'm doing it because I've had time to think about it, but I'd say I'd say maybe 7.5. I don't,
Okay.
almost an 8, but that's where I might have to see again.
Almost.
I always go
Right.
back and forth between, but I'd say 7.5 because I think there were a few things for me that were a little predictable, but overall it was really good. And I'm a big Tom Hiddleston fan, and
Mhm.
Yeah, like the stuff I think where I mark it down as points is Charlie Hunnam's character, the blonde guy. He was just kind of
So like
all
Jax
over.
from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, he was just kind of all over in the movie, and then just kind of like for the important parts he was there, but then
Yeah.
he'd like go away. So it was kind of like that. There was a few things like that.
Yeah,
that
I can
took
see
it
that
down,
for that
where it was like
character, yeah.
it's all good, and then like, oh yeah, you're still hanging around for no
That
reason.
wasn't like terribly well developed.
She's not into you, bro, but he's still there for like years. But anyways,
Yeah, I really like.
that's not even a spoiler.
I really like the era though,
Mhm.
like like the setting of it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Really cool.
This is going to be really quick. If you enjoy watching bad movies that are meant to be bad, go see Knock Knock. It's Keanu Reeves. His wife and family.
I've never heard of this movie.
It is amazing. We're going to
Like,
watch
is
it
it
one
on
time.
VHS
I've
or
made
something?
everybody. It was directed on demand.
Okay.
I've made
okay.
a bunch of friends watch
One
it,
of
and
those.
everyone, it's like a disease that's spreading. People are like, you need to watch this movie. We're going to watch it once. And it's Keanu Reeves. His family goes away. He cheats on his wife with these two girls that just happen to stop by, and then as form of like kind of like a aha story, they just like torture him throughout the whole movie and like to like teach him a lesson. And it is fucking phenomenal. Like
Is
it's
this like in theaters or?
No,
it's in a select theaters, and then mostly it's on demand.
That's where it was filmed. That's where it's in theaters.
But it's a movie that's, I think it's meant to be bad because Keanu Reeves overacts so much. Like, as far as an actual movie, I'd give it like probably a 5 out of 10, but on entertainment scale, I'd give it like 11 out of 10. It is one of the most entertaining movies I've ever seen. It's going to be a huge cult hit already, and yeah, it's great.
I'm
We'll
excited.
watch once, but anyways, watch that. You'll know what I'm talking about. And then the last one I have, which is, if it wasn't for Mad Max, this would be my film of the year right now, is Steve Jobs, which is
I want to see it.
phenomenal. It's so good. Like, not only, this is not because I'm like biased because Michael Fassbender, who
Hashtag Save Hannibal.
he's not.
Nice.
He's
Doesn't
not,
matter. Doesn't matter.
He's not in
It doesn't
Hannibal.
matter.
It just made me think of
We
it.
have to throw it out. Okay?
Yeah, it's like a thing. I thought of it. So
Hashtag save
Subliminal
Hannibal.
messaging.
Hashtag give Fassbender the Oscar. If he doesn't get it, it's a travesty. Like, I'm not even saying this because I'm a big fan of his. There's no performance this year so far that's topped it, and it's so good. And once again, he just pulls something out of his ass. Like, no, not in a bad way though, but just like it seems like every time you think, what else can this guy do? He just does another performance that's completely different, completely unlike any of his other ones. So that's good. But the movie itself is so good, and it's not even like a movie where it's like, oh, here's this beginning and nice end.
Yeah, that's what I thought was cool about it, is that it's just about like what 3 or 4
It's
different
like a
products
play.
coming
It's
out.
literally like it's one in, I think it's like one conference in the 80s, one in the 90s, and then one in the 2000s. And that's
Okay.
all it is. There's no, you don't see the time in the middle. They literally jump years and they fill it in with the characters talking to each other or like news clippings and whatnot. But it's phenomenal. It's so good. And all the other people like Kate Winslet and Jeff Daniels, phenomenal. Seth Rogen's in it. He's pretty good, but like he wasn't my favorite part. But it's really, really good. It's really well done. I don't know if it's going to win Best Picture. It's definitely a contender, but I think he has it in the bag for Best Actor, and I really hope he does, because in my opinion, I'm thinking hard, and I've kind of said this a bunch of times, but I legitimately think he's the greatest actor of our generation. I know it's a big thing. Like it's him, and for me, another person I think that way is Matt Mickelson and Christian Bale. Like those are the three, and Sean Penn. Like there's a few, but it's so good. Like his performance is so good, but the movie overall is. It's damn good. Like I really want to see it again, and that's like a 9.5 for me. That's high. Like it's really, really good. It's
Nice.
like, yeah. If it wasn't for Mad
I
Max,
want to check it out for
yeah,
sure.
I'll probably see it again with you then if you will see it.
Let's go.
Okay,
Let's do it.
done.
Not next Tuesday though, because Fallout's coming out.
Oh, I know. I
Fallout.
was supposed to film. And we were talking like, okay, Wednesday we're gonna like film a few scenes. We're doing some reshoots, and then like we all like had this like, oh, I can't make it. Like fall. I'm like, yeah, we just remembered. So I pushed my reshoots back to next week just for that. And then the last thing I had was, actually, while we're on the movies,
Yeah, Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. What did you two think? I've already said
I
my
feel like-
piece.
When you went on a tangent about it after you saw it, I feel like that was just perfect. Because the first hour isn't really that bad.
No.
It's not great, but it's not that bad. And then it just makes no sense. And they just skip through everything. And then
And
there,
just
there was
rushes.
like 20 or 30 minutes left. And then the like villain finally came out. I was
Well,
like,
you
what?
asked. No, remember, you're at my house and you're like, how much is left of this movie? I checked, there's 20 minutes, and Doom hadn't even appeared
Yeah.
yet. They just found him. Like, there's 20 minutes left and the villain's just coming. Yeah.
I thought it was, like, as a standalone, not compared to, like, comic books or the other one or anything, I thought it was okay. I don't think it was as bad as you guys made it out to be. It's not like 10 out of 10
But-
would see again, but it was...
But it doesn't make any sense in, like, the second half. really. And there's no, like, character development, and, like, what about when Reed just leaves Ben? He leaves his best friend, and he's gone for a year, just, like, doing nothing, and then when they jump a whole year ahead. You don't even get to see them learn their powers, and Michael B. Jordan all of a sudden's like, I want to work for the government. Like, you don't get to see any of their reasons for wanting to do stuff, because they jumped a year ahead. They're like, oh, they're going to feel this way now.
Yeah.
I don't know, I hadn't saw it for a second time, and when I watched it with him, I'm like, oh, I hate this movie so much, because it's such a good cast, and it's just like, what about the Doom stuff? That's really cheesy.
Yeah. No, that was bad, and, like, the end,
Yeah.
like, fight was interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
Is,
It was pretty lame.
And what about how they get their name? That's fantastic.
Yeah, that
What'd
was...
you say? It's fantastic.
Oh, you know, what happened? Okay, we were watching the movie at Travis's house, and then
My internet, like, blonked out, and,
yeah,
like...
no, so I missed that part. Like the last 10 seconds, like, okay, man, we gotta watch it. I gotta see it.
And I'm like, no, you don't even need to. I even explained the scene, how they get the name, and Dylan was like, no, I need to see how they get it. And it's awful. It's just awful.
It was pretty bad. Yeah.
Well, and the fact how, like, Sue doesn't even go and still, like, gets her powers just from...
It's so sexist.
Yeah, what happened
They
again?
don't... Because remember, they get drunk, and they're like, let's go. And they don't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
invite
But
Sue.
how did she get her power again?
When they...
Through the
when they-
computer.
Right.
Yeah, when they came back, she just happened to magically get hit with the radiation or
Yeah.
whatever. But it doesn't make sense, because they all started getting radiation,
Yeah.
on the other
Yeah.
side. So
And I just hate that, because
That was flawed.
they make her clearly... She's, like, not a part of the team. Like, she's on this lower level. They don't even invite her, and she put as much work as they did, so they don't even go... And they don't even tell her. Like, she has to find out on her own. Yeah.
yeah, but Ben gets to come. He, is not doing
Oh,
anything.
that's my other
Related,
thing.
yeah.
He's just a mechanic, but they invite him along. Yeah, see? There's... yeah. I'm gonna stop. It's just so bad, but... And then my last thing, because of BlizzCon, the other stuff from there is... Now we have a Skylanders TV show in the works,
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
No thanks.
so that's a no thanks all around.
I just feel like with Infinity and Amiibo, like Skylanders, what are you doing here? Like,
But that's why a TV show,
I just feel
right?
like you're done. You know.
Infinity doesn't have no...
You know,
I mean, they
I
have to
could
do stuff,
see-
but like, I just don't see the appeal.
That
of
show's
Skylanders
probably
at
not
this
for
point.
us.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah,
not,
for
sure.
young kids, I can see it.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's like Disney Infinity. I mean, there's all the Disney movies and like
That's
Amiibos.
true.
They have all their prior games and knowledge,
Yeah.
but Skylanders really hasn't capitalized on anything besides the game.
Yeah. And then they also announced, rumored for 2018 or 2019, that a Call of Duty movie is going to be
Oh,
released.
Who's directing? Michael Bay?
Oh, God. They
Explosions.
should. They should, if that's...
That would be Taylor's favorite movie
So
ever.
Jessica's clearly no.
Kevin Spacey. gonna
You're
be in
clearly a yes. Kirkland, how you feel about this? Is this needed? I feel like it was inevitable, but
I'll have
is it
the
something
Michael Myers
you're going to go
it?
scene
see?
I
in
don't
it.
know. I
It's
don't
talking
know.
about Michael Myers.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
But
Yeah,
they're not
that's
going to get the
ridiculous.
rights to put him in Call of
They're
Duty.
not that Michael Myers.
Oh.
There's gonna be a guy running around stabbing.
You mean Austin Powers?
There's gonna be people just glitching up in the maps, just doing nothing.
Just
You want to
so
see
many
this
glitches
movie,
in
yes
the
or no,
movie.
Kirkland?
Well, I gotta see like trailers and find out what it's about, but I wouldn't
It's
see
Call of
it.
Duty.
I wouldn't
It's
see
gonna
it just
be
because it's a
point
Call
and
of Duty.
shoot. Yeah, that's what
And
it's
that's what I
gonna
feel
be.
like the movie's going to be. It's just shooting.
Yeah, it's point and shoot.
We'll see.
360 quickscope.
I can't see a movie.
That would be funny. If
I
they
honestly
just
can't see
embrace like the
from a
crazy
movie.
multiplayer
Actually-
shenanigans of Call of Duty and just made it over the
If-
top.
if-
That would actually be pretty cool.
If it was
But
a
that's
movie,
not what they're gonna do,
if
right?
it was based on the Advanced Warfare storyline with Kevin Spacey, I think that would be amazing because that was its own story. It didn't have anything to do with any storyline to do with the other Call of Duties, and it was really good.
I'll watch it if Kevin Spacey's there. If they didn't
No,
get him,
he's-
I'm in.
He gets
Well,
the job done.
Yeah, I gotta know the story. It's not like I'm gonna be like, oh, it's just Call of Duty. I'm not gonna see it just because it's Call of Duty.
That's
don't
what
wanna
I
s-
did.
Yeah, I don't want to be like that.
I just feel
want
like
to be like
that's-
I'm just gonna see it because it's Call of Duty.
I just feel
If I was
like
really into Call of Duty.
a Call of Duty story can't offer me anything I really want to see. So
Yeah.
Juggernauts.
I don't know, I'm
I
kind of
know.
I'm like the opposite
No.
for Warcraft though. Like I'm gonna see it because it's Warcraft.
yeah.
So I'm not gonna see Call of Duty because it's Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So
Dylan, how you feel about this?
No, I think it'd be entertaining if it was just like like I was saying, Jessica, just like a joke, like crazy over the top. But they're not going to do that.
But that would be awesome if they actually had the balls. That would make it cool.
That would be hilarious if it was just totally like cartoony like the video games. Like I think that would be amazing.
Two guys sitting on a roof, they're like both sniping, and one guy's like, no man, watch this, like stands up, jumps 360, no scopes.
Yeah.
Or they're just
See?
waiting there for one guy to have a knife.
If the
come up and
Deadpool
get
movie is
there
good,
and
they gotta
do
get the people that did Deadpool and bring them over. 'Cause
You
that's
gotta-
what Deadpool
you
looks
gotta
like.
have someone with commando, like,
too.
teleporting
That's
around
the
knifing
key
people.
part.
Yeah, I just don't see them doing that though.
No, it's gonna be all serious.
Gotta have some leg.
So I feel
It's
like
gonna be Will Smith. That's gonna save the world.
I feel like they couldn't really do anything original though if they just went with like a
They can't.
what you would picture as a Call of Duty movie.
Yeah,
So
they can't.
I probably won't see it. No,
We'll see.
if it's on Netflix, maybe I'll skip. I'll
It's not
skim
gonna be
through
on
it.
Netflix, I don't think.
No, eventually. When it
yeah.
hits Netflix in like
Yeah.
5 years.
While we're on movies, more directed at you, Travis.
Oh.
Have you seen It Follows?
Yes, we
I
talked
finally
about this on
watched
Halloween.
it.
It's on Netflix.
I watched it.
I
Yeah.
thought you
watched it
watched
too.
it on the Halloween one.
No, I said it was a movie.
Oh,
I
because I was like,
mentioned
yeah, it's really good.
it. No, I watched it finally last night. Actually,
Yeah, I like it a lot. I'm not a big fan of the ending because it's I don't know.
but
It's
the thing
What am I
like
missing? What do I
following
need to know?
them.
What is this?
it
Is it just like a horror
It's on
movie?
Netflix.
yeah,
Okay.
it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's worth a watch. It's a really well done. It's an indie movie, so it's really like
It's basically this thing like follows whoever. So it starts with a guy. He has sex with a girl, so it transfers to her. And
Oh,
there's
right,
we don't
okay.
know how it
picture, like-
started though.
Yeah.
It's just a
We definitely
chain.
talked about this.
Yeah.
I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when it like catches you, it like has sex with you until you die, and then
Yeah.
goes back to the next person.
Yeah, the ending was the only problem, and I didn't like the consistency of it because all the time it would
Great way to
seem
go.
like whenever they wanted to do something, it would change. It would be like really good, like oh, it'll follow you, but then all of a sudden it's throwing stuff at you. You know, like they didn't really clarify what the monster
what
could
was
do.
supposed to happen in that scene? They're like, let's settle this up, and then
They were
never
gonna
explain it.
Throw. Yeah, they never did because the director said he wanted to be like Scooby Doo in a way because they're dumb kids, but I think they wanted to get it in
And then
the water.
yeah,
and
but then she was in the water, so by the time she
I
tried-
know. That's why the ending is like a little like it's like okay, but horror movies are tough. But it's
And
still
one
fun.
thing
It's
that really
watch it.
bothered
It's
me
good.
too, and if any of you seen the trailers, you'll know this scene when it's just standing on the roof.
Oh yeah.
That's not following. That's just standing. It's supposed to be walking
Oh, I know.
all the time.
But that's what I mean, the inconsistency of like what does it do? Because the first half of the movie it just walks at you. So, but now it's on roofs, just hanging out, waiting. Like I was like, shouldn't it be
Pondering.
going after her? Like
Yeah.
pondering. Yeah, should I get her? Should I let her sleep with a couple people
And-
first?
and then there was like one thing. It's weird. Me and Matt had the same idea. Like there's the 2 guys and 3 chicks, and the one chick gets it, and none of them can see it. And then the guy like sleeps with her, so that way he can take it. And then why didn't he just sleep with one of the other chicks, and then the guy, and then the other chick, and then she can sleep with someone else,
And
so
they
they can
all
all
see
see
it?
it. Yeah.
Well, that's what I didn't know. I didn't know you could still see it. So what? You could see it, but going after other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like I guess they were pretty dumb, right? Because they were going to electrocute their friend at the end. So.
So, like, because there's that one part where the guy's gonna, like, the mom's, like, knocking on the door. And she, like, runs up
She's
the
naked,
stairs.
too.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she, like, runs up the stairs and she can, like, still see it. And it, like, looks at her.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then,
Right.
And
yeah.
then, like, turns back.
I think that was another thing with the movie. Like I said, I'm saying all this, but I really enjoyed it. It's really
Yeah, it
good.
was good.
I like original concepts, not just remakes and reboots. But that was the other thing too. If I didn't really care for many of the characters in that movie, like the 2 girls that were around with her, they're just there, like literally just there, and they're kind of jealous because she was pretty at one point. That was about it. Like I wish there would have been more development. Like all you had was a guy that had a crush on her, then like super cool guy who doesn't give a shit about anything. It's like it's classic horror stuff, but like it was yeah.
I found it interesting that it did make me always watch for something in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Like, constantly I was like, oh, is that person, like, walking towards them?
Yeah.
Like, the volleyball chick, when they're
Yeah.
talking to that guy. I'm like, oh,
You see
there,
her?
there it is!
You see her?
And then it, like, gets close, and it turns out to be a regular person. And I'm
Yeah.
like, just like, fuck you, movie. Like, I spotted that person. I was so prepared.
The grandma in the school was my favorite. I liked that.
That was pretty good.
Taylor, you have any thoughts?
It was very interesting. I just thought when you first mentioned it that it was just this demon thing following whoever, and I don't know how the curse was passed on, but I found out it was sex. Like, whoa, okay, that's kind of weird. And as soon as like the girl had sex at the beginning, and then she's like, oh, chloroformed, and then wakes up in this wheelchair, and then you see this naked woman walking. This is one heck of a start of a movie here. And I was like, it was like 11 at night, and I was like alone, and I was laying in bed, and I was like getting really freaked out. Like, it really freaked me out.
See, but that's the other thing. Like, for you, I mean,
great script
you're in a
and,
monogamous relationship, so there's no reason for you to be scared.
What do you mean?
well, it can only be transferred through sex.
Oh,
You're in
yeah.
a monogamous relationship, so...
You're still scared because
Yeah.
it's attached to your partner, and you're
Yeah.
like, fuck,
No,
I'm stuck with
But
this person.
No.
we don't know how it starts. What if it starts, like, what if all of a sudden my girlfriend gets it, and then, oh, shit.
See, then I'd be questioning my girlfriend as to who she's sleeping with. To
No,
get
but
it
we don't know how it
started.
started.
Right?
No.
He's right. What
We
if
don't know
they
how
just
it
found a
started.
Book of the Dead,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
like,
well,
oh, I
yeah,
have
but-
this thing now.
Then why is your girlfriend, like, dabbling in
I don't know.
magic?
I don't, she's allowed to do whatever she wants in her life. I'm not going to question. She wants to look at the Book of the Dead. Like, I'm not going to stop her. Like,
Why
I
not?
personally won't look at a Book of the Dead or anything like that. So,
That's how horror
Yeah.
movies start.
that's not where we start. Well, I'm never going to start a horror movie in my life. No siree.
Never
They have no choice. Anyways, that's it for my my tidbits.
Okay.
It's been a while.
I got one
I'll
other
bring some
thing to
stuff
add
up.
on movies
Oh,
while we're
right.
here.
That's
'Cause
fine.
Travis
Let's
just
go
keeps,
for it.
he just wants to move on.
I'm sorry. Well,
No, go for it. We got time.
I'm late, and people keep busting my balls all cast.
There is
You were late, to be fair.
It's true, you were late.
He did warn me.
They started this new thing in the States, and I'm hoping that it comes to Canada. It's basically you buy into this movie service. It's you can do like 1 month, 3 months, or a year. If you do a year, it works out to $30 a month, and it gives you basically you can go see any movie in theaters with it. So there's participating theaters, and you can go see one movie a day in theaters.
What is it priced roughly? Like, is it reasonable? Does it
If
seem?
you sign up for a year, it's $30 a month.
So what is that? Someone do the math. That's better than me.
Well,
Well,
it's not
three
even-
movies.
you
Well,
have-
math-
Three movies a month.
not even.
So.
Yeah, it like there was restrictions, like you can't do 3D or IMAX, obviously, but
That's fine for us because
yeah.
we don't have IMAX and
So I mean, it's a pretty cool concept to be able
Mm-hmm.
to, even if there's 4 movies in theaters, you can go to each of them and
so if you buy this pass, you go see a movie every day.
yeah, 1 movie a day you get to go see in theaters.
Damn, that'd be good. What would happen in the days where there's 2 movies? Like
You can't.
February, Zoolander and Deadpool out the same day. What am I gonna do?
You have to go to one the next day.
Or
You gotta
couldn't
pay
I
extra.
couldn't I use the pass for one and then go pay extra for one? Right?
But you can pay to
They
go to
won't
one.
let you.
Yes.
They won't let you pay.
Yeah.
You're
Only
really
one.
good here.
You only get one.
We don't want your money.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
Really cool concept.
We'll let you come
I like
if you
that.
get a guy in a kick-ass costume in here to come hang out in the movie theater.
There you go. You can
Take
all. It
photos
all
with-
works for you
with,
guys.
So,
Does
yeah.
anyone else have any movie news before, like, legitimately anything?
Movie news? No. I was going to talk about Crimson Peak, but we already did
I'm gonna see
that.
Spectre soon, so I'll talk about it next week.
There's like movie stuff that's
Peanuts is coming out this week. Go see
What
that.
about like not movie related? Like there was something released. Who's that guy that you like that's playing in
Oh,
that movie?
there's a lot of guys that he likes.
There's 12 to be exact.
I don't, maybe it was you that showed me the picture of the first photos of, is it Michael Fassbender as...
Assassin's Creed?
No, it's not Assassin's Creed. It's the other one. The guy's got like the beard.
Magneto.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I can't
Yes.
remember the name.
Macbeth?
You know-
Leo. You
Oh,
talking about
Leo.
No,
No.
not Leo. But
Oh.
apparently Leo like slept in an animal carcass for that movie. To try and like make it more realistic. No,
Yeah.
who's that? Like the superhero that you want? Like,
Mads Mikkelsen?
yeah.
Or Benedict Cumberbatch?
I don't know. Okay,
Strange.
let's,
He's in Doctor Strange.
yeah, Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Mikkelsen.
Doctor Strange. Yeah, he has a bunch of... He has his
Yeah,
beard.
They finally
on it.
released like first pictures.
No, they
released
didn't
them.
release. Someone caught, like,
Oh,
snapped
okay.
them. They're not, like
Official?
Marvel, yeah,
Leaked.
approved. But no, they haven't officially announced. I don't think they will, but apparently the rumor is, like, Matt Mickelson is officially on board and they're going to announce any day. So I'm stoked. That skyrockets that to, like, 4 on most 1C movies. As bad as that sounds. 4. Well, there's Batman vs. Superman, there's Civil War,
I don't know.
and Deadpool.
Yeah,
like,
okay, I'll accept that one.
you don't, what's wrong with Civil War? You're going to have the Avengers fighting each other. What's wrong with that?
It's going to be neat.
I still haven't even watched the last Avengers since I fell asleep.
Okay, what about Batman vs. Superman? Two
yeah, I'll
of the
go-
most
I'll-
iconic
I'll go
superheroes
see
of all
it just
time.
because we've had this debate about who's gonna win, and I need to go find
You're
out.
gonna be disappointed. I told you no one's gonna win. They're gonna be in a
It's true.
draw,
It's true.
and they're gonna be like best buddies.
Okay, Dylan, I've cut
Spoiler.
you off enough times. I'll let you get on with your news.
Oh, well, actually, since we're talking about Mads Mikkelsen,
Oh yeah, I'm very proud of this guy.
I finished season 1 of Hannibal.
Yes.
I'm like almost done season 2.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything, so I don't know. What have you seen?
Like half of season 1. I'm like not very far.
Gotta
along.
get back on it.
I've
When I
seen all
see
of
your
season 2.
When I see your post about Vampire Diaries, you need to get back on Hannibal.
Have you
Everyone's
watched it
catching
yet?
up.
Have you watched it
I
yet?
have seen jack shit.
I'm winning. I'm beating Taylor.
Okay, well, I don't want to throw any spoilers,
I
but
just haven't seen.
You're just
season three.
enjoying it.
it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
He's so close to season 2 finale, and he's gonna get
Oh,
boom, mind blown.
Yeah,
So
but
good.
Well, you're
like
getting-
Fallout, I don't know if I'll have time.
Yeah, Fallout.
Just try and do it this weekend, so at least you get to season 2, and then you'll have like nice cliffhanger.
Dude, Binding of Isaac
Like,
DLC just came out. I have to finish that before
Oh,
Fallout
yeah.
comes out, and I still have a lot to do.
How many episodes do you have left in season 2?
Probably 4.
Well, 40. That's
That's like
2.5
one-
hours.
yeah.
I have a
40
midterm
minutes
next
each.
Friday.
Alright, season 2's worth it. Hey, I'm the same way. I made my
No,
workout
here's the
schedule
thing,
around Fallout.
I
so
love
I
it.
can not,
I love
like-
it. I'm really loving it, but
I know it's tough.
I'll get to it.
Yeah, but yeah.
Plus, there's season 3. So
Fallout
like,
next week. We'll be doing like a semi-review. It'll be out for 3 days, so we'll talk as much as we can about it. But
We're not going to do like a day that it comes out, 1 hour long review on our 5 minutes.
That would imply that we would not be able to play the game for that hour.
yeah, and I think it's different with Mario Maker. Mario Maker can play.
Yeah.
I get what it is, but Fallout, I feel like I just want to play it.
Oh yeah, so okay, Mario Maker thing. If you remember back to our episode on Mario Maker,
Long
the
time
only
ago.
actually this is probably before the game actually came out.
It
Our-
was.
Our only complaint that we could think of was no checkpoints.
No, it was when it happened.
Was it?
Yeah,
It was a bit of both. It
'Cause
was
we didn't know
heard
for
it-
sure,
We
and
heard
then,
the
yeah.
reviews, and then we played, and we're like, "Yeah, we need checkpoints." But it's coming.
It is.
November 15th, I think.
I don't actually know a day, but
Something
it's
like
free.
It'll be the
It's
point
free
when people
DLC.
aren't playing because
It's
it'll
free
be,
DLC.
You know,
Yeah.
it'll be good.
They'll be
a-
playing Tomb Raider.
There's other stuff
Yeah,
in there
obviously.
too. Other free stuff in the update, but that's the only thing that I can remember.
Yeah. There's something to do with totems from Triforce? I can't remember. That's all. I
don't
saw
know.
the headline. I thought you would know. Damn it.
But one thing to
I'm
keep in
gonna go
mind,
with the two.
thing to keep in mind checkpoints is it's probably only for the new Super Mario and the Super Mario World, right?
Yeah,
the ones
Because there
that
wasn't
had it.
checkpoints before that, so I doubt they would put that in because
That'd be nice though if they did actually, because people made that hard just for like a.
it would be cool.
Why not?
I hope they do that, but
Yeah.
I could if they only did it for 2, that would make sense to me.
Yeah. But I'm very excited. I have not bought the game yet. I'm very close, but I
Like I said, you can borrow it.
know I'm probably bored, and I'm in the midst of wrestling game big time
And
and
then
Fallout
So
and
we
then
talked about
Battlefront.
this a little bit when I was at your house.
We talked a lot. I felt like
We
this-
talked a lot. We talked about Nintendo for like. We talked about everything.
For people that don't know, I don't
We
drink.
were gonna
I never,
do a cast, and it got canceled. So me and Travis just talked about.
I never had a drink in my life, but this legitimately felt like I was drunk. This was like a drunk high conversation of me and Dylan in a loop, just looking at stats of consoles and whatnot. Because we were
so fun.
debating. We almost pulled up the mic because it was like debate worthy, but it was just like we were just talking about we were breaking down like Atari 2600 sales and like, do you know the PS2 still selling in Japan, like stuff like that, which also got clarified.
PS2's number 1
Yeah,
bestseller all
yeah,
time.
which I thought it was the Wii. I thought it was the Wii. It was
No,
all time
PS
as PS2.
PS2.
Wii was where was Wii again? It was like 4 or
It
something.
was like, yeah, I was 4 or something. And then we found out between the Super, like, NES and GameCube, there was like a 50% drop of, they sold 60 million and the GameCube only sold like 30 million, which we were surprised.
Yeah.
Like, we looked at every stat possible.
did.
We looked at how bad the Vita was. It's like,
Awful.
it's like low, like super low.
Doesn't it
like,
only have like 2 million, 3 million?
it was like 3. Yes, it's like low. It's low with all the consoles that are all extinct right now. Like the consoles that
Yeah.
don't exist anymore, it's there. We're like, man. And same with Wii. We looked at that, and is that what you're getting into, the new console?
I was going to talk about the Nintendo account thing, but I don't know a whole lot of details about it. I thought you did, though.
We talked a little bit. Before we get to that,
Yeah.
because
Whatever
this
order.
is how we started with these sales number. Don't yawn yet. Hang on.
You just jet lag, I promise.
No, this is an interesting question. We looked at it, and starting from PlayStation till it was last generation, Nintendo has always released a console the same time or a
Yeah.
year before or after as the other consoles. With the new console, if it were to come out next year, it would be like a 3-year difference. And we were wondering, do you think that is going to hurt the sales because it's coming out in the middle of a console war with the PS4 and Xbox One? It's always come out around the same time where you could be like, oh, if I don't want this, I could buy Nintendo. But now it's like Xbox and PS4 have come out for so long, and then you have like the NX coming out with the Super Wii GameCube.
I think it's a smart decision.
You
You
know?
do?
I
Me
think
too.
it's been long enough that people, if they're not going to buy it, they're not going to buy it. And then there's a new option on the market where they're like, oh, okay, well, I've had my time to decide if I want these. Obviously, I don't. Now there's something new.
My thing is like, it's the time when the Xbox One and PS4 will be getting like price drops. So that's where I feel like parents are gonna be like, oh, I'll buy them this because this is what they've wanted because it's been out longer.
Or it'll be for the same price I can get them something brand spanking new, or I can get them something that's been on the market for 4 years.
I think it's a good thing because if for people who like saved up their money for a big console like PS4 or something like that, and they wanted to try it, like they have money again for that time. Whereas like if it came out around the same time as like PS4, Xbox One, like obviously the better choice would be go for one of those consoles. That's just me. I don't know. I'm not gonna get it. So.
Oh,
You're not gonna get it? How do you know? It's supposed to be more powerful than the PS4 and Xbox One, rumors say.
Because I'd probably play my PS3 over that, honestly.
Oh,
Wow,
shots fired.
I've never been a Nintendo person other than my GameCube.
Okay.
I'll let
I
you know
never
how
bought a
amazing
Wii
it is
or
when I
anything.
get it. So yeah.
I'm gonna get it. I just don't want to spend $300, but I will.
Yeah, I'm like in that boat, but I just won't. I'm in the same thing, but I won't.
Yeah, I will just because I have to. Taylor, is this a good idea or a bad idea? If it
Sounds
comes-
good.
And you think it's good too, don't you, Dylan?
yeah, I think at this
I'm
point, like,
completely alone here, but you know what? If they come out and they tank, well, I don't want.
I just feel like at this point, in terms of comparing them, Nintendo's behind. Like when you compare the consoles, Nintendo's just steps behind. So if they come out at a different time, maybe that's what they need. I don't know.
They need their own era.
Until they prove again that they can be on top.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's
Can compete
when
with
I was
the
talking about
releases of-
this with you, I felt like the people that won't be buying is the people they like is the families, because I feel like families when I will already be having a One or a PS4, and it's like I don't want to go spend another $300 on a new console because we just did that.
But I think it's been long enough that people are okay to. I mean, how long's it been out for? Almost 3 years now?
Mm-hmm.
So, I
3
mean,
years.
by then it'll be 4 years, and I think that's kind of an okay amount of time for people to be willing to spend that money.
Yeah.
Or, you know, it's been long enough that either they have decided not to buy one and they're okay to do it, right? You know, it's been, if someone didn't buy an Xbox One or a PS4, then it's been long enough that, you know, since they have had a new console, that it's some time for something new. I think it's a good idea.
yeah.
I don't
agree.
think it's right for them to compete. They won't win in a competition against PS4 and Xbox
I
One.
mean, they have nothing going for them in terms of Wii U at this point.
Well, yeah, because
really.
we looked and it's the
So
sales are
they might as
awful.
well, I guess.
But they really have to knock out of the park with the next console. They
It'll
can't
be
have
tricky.
they can't have another Wii U because if they do, then they're going to start being in trouble.
But, I mean, from what we've heard, it sounds like they're maybe changing directions.
Yeah,
I guess we haven't heard that much, like,
Well,
legitimate stuff from Nintendo, though.
we've heard they're yeah, but the rumors were pretty similar about the game, like the Wii U, but like there might be a tablet involved, this whatnot, and then we got the clarification.
Right.
We'll know more in June time? Is it June or July E3?
I think it's
June.
June.
Because that's when they're going to probably roll it out, I imagine. Whether they say it's 2016, which I think it is, or 2017, but yeah, I don't know. I just for some reason don't know if it's a good idea. I just feel like people might not want to spend more money on it, but
yeah. Like
we'll see.
I'll probably be going to school at that time, so I won't be able to afford it.
I will be at school.
And what did we find out about the Nintendo? Like, because they got rid of Club Nintendo a few months ago, which is like the reward program kind of thing.
This one's a bit different. It has to do with
It's called
playing
I think
games.
it's called
and you get
Nintendo
points.
account.
There's My Nintendo, and then there's Nintendo account, and I can't remember which one is which. I think the Nintendo account like links your. It's gonna link you playing on your mobile.
Links everything, yeah.
Yeah, it links you to all of them, and then like your other one is just your replacement for the club. But it's
Right.
like you can play and get this and whatnot. So they're definitely gearing towards a new launch. Like,
I mean, I guess just with like new CEO and whatnot,
yeah,
just doing new things.
yeah. I think it was. I think probably a little bit was probably in the works still, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's always something. In the works,
Yeah.
right?
have you guys seen their first mobile game coming in 2016?
I heard about it. I was low expectations, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. News-wise, I don't really have anything else.
I thought you might want to speak on the mobile app.
Oh no, I don't know.
So
nothing
no
on
one's
that.
going to be downloading this mobile app apparently. So
Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Download that mobile app.
that's not like it's not Nintendo's one. Like they're not spearheading that
Yeah, not
Is this cast going out like today or tomorrow?
tomorrow.
Oh, everyone get Fallout. Check out the new trailer. They just released a new trailer today with actual like more gameplay footage.
Yeah, this is the
looks
this
so
is the
good.
pre-Fallout one. So
Have you seen the graphics comparison of like Dog Meat? How beautiful it is from Fallout 3 to
Yeah,
Fallout 4.
it's nice. It's like funny. Like a lot of people have been saying bad things about just the graphics in general, but like just because there was like a one quote where they're like, yeah, the graphics isn't like our priority,
Main concern,
but still, like it looks amazing.
It does, but I'm not on that bench, but it definitely doesn't look as good as other games, but because they have other things they want to focus on, like the story and like the open world.
Yeah,
of course, Tomb Raider is going to
the
look
map of
better than it.
space.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not buying or.
You
I
said
know.
not buying it?
Well,
He's not buying anything.
originally I wasn't
He
gonna
doesn't
buy it,
buy anything,
but I
apparently.
think I am gonna buy it now
You
because
should
I
now.
don't work on Wednesday because it's Remembrance Day.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
play
I
it
don't.
For like
I got
24
school
hours.
off. I got school off.
Yeah.
Remembrance Day.
But anyways,
So
See you guys
going
at
back to what I was
midnight
talking about.
People are rolling over
Like-
like graves right now.
Wait, do you
for-
buy it on Steam? Is that what you were saying? You pre-bought it?
Yeah.
Steam?
Do you
Oh,
pre-download
wow.
it?
No,
You can pre-download
You
it
can
now.
pre-download it at 12 o'clock. You can hit
No, you can
play.
do it now. You can pre-download it now.
Yeah, but you can't play it until
You can
The point
download
is,
it.
12
you can look
o'clock
at the icon
on
on your
Tuesday.
desktop.
you can hit play.
Are you gonna be mad if I get it like Monday at 6 p.m.? Because all my E3 pre-orders have come in Monday at 6 p.m. My what was it?
I think
Will I be
Metal
mad?
Gear.
I don't think I'll be mad, but
I murdered all.
Wait, how did you get it?
Because Amazon does that. Like with Metal Gear, I got that Monday.
I
at,
might
like,
buy it
6
on
p.m.
Amazon then.
I don't know. It might be.
Too
It might be a
late.
little too
Yeah,
late.
I guess-
I guess it would have to. Never mind. I
Yeah,
won't buy
'cause
it.
I did
then.
that
I'm really
for,
gonna
like-
play it. If
I
I
did
can't
that
get it
in
Monday,
like 4 days.
I did that as part of like their E3 like special like pre-orders and whatnot, and that's
Yeah.
what they like guarantee you. So I'd be pretty stoked. That I'll debate on if I work Tuesday or not. So if I get it Monday night,
Call in sick.
or I might talk to my boss, and he's pretty cool with that. I might be like, "Hey, can I work Saturday instead?" And like, he's usually pretty cool. But that'll like yeah. If I get it Monday night, if I get it Tuesday, then I'll go to work because it's out of my mind. Like, oh, I don't know, I wouldn't want to sit around all day waiting for it. Just waiting for like anytime a mailman shows up, like some crazy person. Like, you have fun.
It's gonna suck though because
So-
Matt has Tuesday off, Monday, Tuesday. So all Tuesday I'm gonna sit there and watch him play because it's his day off. So it'll be him playing. So all Tuesday is just gonna be like sitting there watching.
We can learn all the techniques.
The struggle.
Where to go.
Yeah,
Where
not
to
make his
not
mistakes.
meet death claws and get
Yeah,
destroyed.
don't steal stuff from certain places right when the game saves, so you get stuck and die over and over again and have to restart your game because it's impossible.
No, there's one. Why have they not even talked about doing a Fallout movie? You would think someone would have like.
Mad Max.
That's what my thought was. Can you name your character in this?
Yeah.
I know. I legit thought I'm giving it the name Max because I'm just pretending it's a Mad Max.
In Fallout
game.
4, yeah, you can do, the robot, you can actually, he has like a ton of names, so he'll actually say them in
Max
conversation,
won't be
whatever
there.
whatever you pick.
Yeah,
They probably will
You
be.
can't-
they'll
name
actually
him Max.
they've actually programmed in enough normal names that can actually be said
That's
in
cool.
the game. Like in most games, it'll be like, "It's nice to meet you," and then the bottom will say your name,
Yeah.
but it won't say it in the actual game. But they've actually programmed in.
A ton of
all
them.
kinds
Yeah.
That's
of
really
No,
cool.
I legitimately thought that too when I was breaking leaves. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make this my own Mad Max game. This is gonna be like
That's
just
hilarious.
its own sequel.
Yeah, because like for Skyrim, I always made my guy's name the Batman. So if like a murder or like an assassin would come kill him, it's like I need you to kill the Batman.
Did you ever download the mod where you could play as Batman?
In Skyrim?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
That would have been pretty.
I like to go like lore friendly,
Nice.
not like
You didn't download the Thomas the Train Dragon?
You can do anything. Yeah, it's ridiculous. You can make it like a WWE guy. So it's
Yeah.
like when
John
the dragon,
Cena!
when the dragon comes in, it would do an anthem like that, and it's just like, what's going on?
That would be the skin to play.
Oh, you can. Like it's hilarious. So many mods out there.
Why on Facebook, Jessica linked me this thing? Why did you think that was a true story about John Cena? She linked me
How
to
do you
this.
know it's not a true story?
It's not, because I know everything about every wrestler. She linked me a story that said John Cena became a wrestler because he failed at his audition to be Ron from Kim Possible. So he stopped being stopped being a voice actor and went to be a wrestler. No, he was a
I
huge...
fell for that.
Oh, see, no, he was a bodybuilder out of school. He was a wrestler. He was a football player. He
Then-
wanted to be a bodybuilder, and it didn't work out because some injury went out, and he went into wrestling. I know, like, he's the top guy of WWE. There's
But
no
how do
way-
you know? I mean, he was in Trainwreck, so obviously there's a little bit of background.
Trainwreck was 20 years later when he was a mega star. Back then, when he was a John Cena who rapped and did like a robot. No, he was not doing the Ron thing.
How do you know?
Because believe me, wrestling is my life. Like we don't talk about it
Believe
here.
To be fair, he does know a lot about wrestling.
Yeah. Which actually not finally, I beat Dylan a lot. But you know what? You want to admit that you got creamed at my place, and I had tried to be nice, but like.
You want some context? All you're saying is Dylan got creamed.
I was
and
just
that-
gonna say that.
You're getting a little excited.
He was there when my wrestling game came out, so purchased it on the PlayStation Store, and he's like, "Oh, I'll play a couple rounds." I'm like, "You sure?" Like, I warned him, like, you know, this is like my Smash. Like, you don't want to do this. I warned him, and like, it was tough for me to play because I didn't want, and like, you know, but I beat you.
You guys had a
You
bro
did, yeah.
moment. It sounds
I'll give
like
that
there
to
was
you.
a bit of
We
a
played
bro
Infinity
moment.
too. I finally played Infinity.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
It's so much fun.
I feel like you kind of left out the rest of the cats here, guys. And just
No.
You were in Japan. You were somewhere else. You canceled on us, and you were in Edmonton. So we were allowed to do this. It was.
You know.
should have invited me.
What do you think of Infinity? Give the people, because no, like
I think it was funny when we were playing that. Every character I put on was you know how to describe it better since you're.
So what happens is when you're playing Infinity and you have your same characters, when you bring them over, it'll be like,
to
do
the
you want
new
to?
Infinity?
Yeah, to the new
2.0 or
game.
whatever?
Yeah, so if you got 2 and then you bring one with 3, you can either like start your stats at 0, you'd be like, oh, share ownership, so you can get the same not like the same stats you already have. So if you're level 13, you'll be level 13 in the new game. Every character that Dylan picked was like the share your ownership one. So literally he was picking every character that like I and Emily do not play with at all. So it's just like, oh, I'll put on Rando from Monsters Inc. and like I'll put on
I was
like
just picking weird characters.
yeah, you're like, I'll put on Tonto from the Lone Ranger, and like all the like you played with one character that we had played with. Other than that, it was all people that we don't even touch, and you're like, oh, this guy's awesome. I'm like, why aren't you like? And I'm like, oh, you should be a Stars character. He's like, no. He gave Stars no thought until he had to play Star. No,
I played as Zuza.
What?
What's her name?
It's like a suit. What's her name with the 2 lightsabers?
Stars Venturous?
No.
No, no. There's
It's
a
two
key.
lightsabers.
It's Anakin's.
One yellow one,
Padawan.
one blue
Oh,
She flails around.
I think there's a K in there.
Ahsoka Tano.
No.
No, that's her.
I don't think it is.
That is her. I think we're just completely wrong. But yeah, that was his girl. But yeah,
She's
it's
pretty
fun,
neat.
right? Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
no
fun
like amazing game, but it's just fun. To, like we
played a couple of levels that people
played
made
for,
that
like,
were
hours,
awful.
and I'm like, you want to switch? You're like, no, let's keep going. I was
It's
like,
pretty addicting.
yeah, like because it's just a simple like almost
that
hack
one
and
haunted
smash.
house level we played was terrible. Though.
Oh god, yeah, yeah. Anyways, Taylor, do you have news? Because you look like you're on the edge of your seat over there.
Pondering.
Yeah,
I
I
s-
have news, but I mean,
No, we were
You can
talking,
go.
and I just saw him look over his shoulder at the clock. I'm like, oh, that means he wants to talk.
no.
No, you can't. You asked a question about 10 minutes ago that didn't get answered. Why haven't they made a movie? I don't have an answer for you, but I think it would be cool.
Yeah, I'm saying it right now.
Come back to it just to
I
say
feel
I
like
don't know.
maybe 5 to
No,
10
no,
years,
here's the
I'll
thing.
make it. I'm not even joking. I want to make a Mad Max
Okay.
movie, but I don't want to make Mad Max.
If you
so that's my
if you
equivalent.
wanted to do the series justice, you would have to make a ton of movies because there is so many different storylines and different things you can do.
Well, Warcraft's gonna try it. They want to make a ton of
Yeah.
movies, right? So if that's successful, we just need
I'm just
one.
saying. I'm just saying. It
we
would
just
be
need
easy.
one Spider-Man 2002. That's all we need for video games.
It would be.
Assassin's Creed.
It could be a really cool movie.
I hope, but I've not even seen a trailer. I can't make a prediction. All I know is the greatest actor of all time's in it, so it must be somewhat good. You said you had no news, correct, or did something
Yeah, I
pop
don't
up?
know. No.
The floor.
Definitely
Do you have any
not.
news?
You didn't? Did Taylor even get a chance to answer? We went back to.
No, I'm clearing the floor, so I can just give it all to Taylor right now. Do you have any other thing to bring up?
I don't really think so.
Okay, Taylor. We're all out of time. No.
Do
Well,
an outro.
Take the floor. Don't talk too much about Assassin's Creed because
I won't be.
we're going to be doing an exclusive 1-hour episode of just
When,
Assassin's
what,
Creed.
What?
later tonight. I didn't think you'd want to play it, so we're taking the bullet. If you want to play it tonight,
What?
we're going to Taylor's house to play Assassin's Creed so we can have an opinion on it.
But it's one player.
Yeah, but we're going to take turns. We're doing it!
Wait, which one are you playing?
The newest one.
Oh,
Syndicate?
Syndicate.
Yeah.
Lame.
Yeah.
No.
Anyways,
I would say
No.
play the first one. if
we're
you play anyone.
going to be doing a full hour, 45-minute review on that one. So you can talk a little bit about it here, but don't ramble. You'll get your
I will.
own
I'll
segment
cover
for that.
what just
He's-
things
he's
I
Classic
like.
Travis
Take-
telling someone else not to ramble.
I know, but he's gonna go off. I can see. He's dropped 3 wells. Oh, and he's getting the list. See, but no. Taylor wanted to do that for
Give a good
Assassin's.
crinkle to the mic. That was a joke. Don't.
He wanted to do that for the Assassin's Creed page.
Rip headphone
Give some
users.
love to them. So there's gonna be exclusive GeekVerse Assassin's Creed Universe collaboration happening.
Yeah, it's gonna
Get
be
comfortable there.
It's gonna be good. I gotta get
What's your
comfortable.
title?
My title is GeekVerse Podcast News.
I like it. I like how it's underlined.
That's pretty
too.
accurate.
It's underlined because this is important.
Underlined, centered.
And then at the top, Assassin's Creed and Halo. That's the 2 topics at the top of my list. And then I wrote, yeah. So,
You got
But why
40
are, they,
minutes.
why are they like one topic?
What do you
Should it
mean?
be Assassin's Creed and a bunch of points, and then
Well,
Halo and a bunch
I
of
wrote
points?
Assassin's Creed Halo,
Mixed.
and then I wrote like the star and Assassin's Creed, and realized I shouldn't have put Halo there because it doesn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
These
Halo's
are my
my
You want to
favorite
work
things
on
the
your list.
podcast.
You wanna work on your
No,
list.
keep them the same way they are. These are my favorite things. Just leave them so we can dissect them.
Okay. So, Assassin's Creed 2.
What?
Or Assassin's Creed.
We're going back in time. All right.
What are we about to review? All the Assassin's
I'm gonna
Creed.
say something bad, and I was telling Dylan that
Whoa,
I was
something
disappointed
bad.
about this.
Syndicate?
I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever heard of
So he's gonna drop it here, not on the official Assassin's Creed one, so they think, oh, he loves the game.
Yeah, I want to drop it here. So when I went to get my Assassin's Creed Syndicate, usually when I drop $120 on the collector's edition, I get the big bundle, and it comes with a statue, the soundtrack, the works, and a cool little collector stuff. But when I went there to pick up my $120 edition of Syndicate, all I got was just the game case. And I asked him, like, oh, this is it? No statues? Like, no, but you get the Seasons Pass included. Like, well, I don't want a Seasons Pass. I'd buy that with extra money. I want the bundle with the statue. And like, well, that's all that we get here. I'm like, oh, that's kind of stupid. But
Wait, sorry, was this EB Games?
this was
probably?
EB Games, yeah.
Oh, there's your problem.
Yeah, apparently. But since I did get the Seasons Pass with the game, they gave me a free copy of Assassin's Creed Unity, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to figure out what I'm going
Didn't
to
you
do
hate
with
that one?
Giveaway.
No, I liked Unity, but I'm thinking I might
What was
do
the
a
one you didn't
giveaway.
like?
I didn't like one?
I thought you... Oh, no.
Other
Okay.
people didn't like Unity.
No, yeah, they didn't like because
Taylor likes
glitches
everything.
Oh,
and stuff
yeah,
like
okay,
that.
that's
But
what I was
he
thinking.
didn't get a
glitches.
glitch because he's in their pocket.
Okay.
He gets paid out on the table.
Yeah, he was
so-
playing at Ubisoft at their headquarters.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got the
Um,
first game that they scanned. Like, here you go.
No cover or anything on it.
They only had
They
an
written
old
on, like,
one. They're like, oh
Sharpie.
no, that was like our final copy. We have to sell the old one now.
Oh, we're supposed to make
24/7
duplicates.
tech support available at my disposal too.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go on,
So you have
sir.
your own number you can call.
So yeah, number. But Syndicate, that kind of was a buzzkill for me because I like the statues, but they released the statues separately and they're $50 each, which that's going to be $100 I have to drop because I have a statue for each Assassin's Creed game.
Not my job. Have to.
Yeah, have
I
to.
love it.
Return the one that you got with the Seasons Pass,
make
and
your
then
own.
buy the statue, and then it's the same price. And then you could have bought the Seasons Pass later
No,
with the
I
extra
like
money.
having my case that says Gold Edition on it. It's nice.
Okay.
Or you just get it and then you write gold.
I don't know if that
Sharpie.
counts.
Sharpie.
Yeah, the
I don't
gold
know if
Sharpie.
it loses its value, I think.
Go to Walmart. They always have like extra day one gold editions for like
Yeah.
months afterwards.
So
I like
Target.
mine. I like mine.
Just go to Target.
So
Taylor's like
the
really wants to go.
I wrote this weird, so it sounds weird when I read it out loud.
Awesome.
You're supposed to just wite notes and then just talk about your notes.
He always needs the script.
It's like a
I
PowerPoint.
need the
Think
script.
of it
It's
like a PowerPoint.
I'm like in a play here.
I just like
That wasn't
it.
a joke.
I just see Taylor at one point. He's gonna have his own PowerPoint.
Play it on my Twitter forum.
Taylor's PowerPoint. That's his new segment.
Okay. So Assassin's Creed 2 main characters storyline. That's where I was going with that. There are two main character storylines.
Did you proofread this?
No, I did not. Honestly, I think it was a great addition to the series having two main characters.
So tell us about the testosterone anger.
yeah,
Kevin.
yeah. How much roids does it get?
He's a lot
Permission.
more settled. Well, actually, when you guys get to play as him, like I won't.
Or, hey, we're gonna get to
I won't get into it, but at any time in the game, you can switch between Evie and Jacob. And personally, like they both can learn
Was
the
his
same.
name always Jacob? I feel like you just made that up.
No, his name was always Jacob.
just now.
They both can do almost the
Doesn't
exact
sound
same
familiar.
things, minus a few abilities that are unique to them. But I just find myself when I'm playing as Jacob, I go in heads on and just kick the shit out of people. And
Nice.
as Evie, I just like to go in quiet, although it doesn't really work very well
So
for
then,
me.
do they walk around at the same point, or how do you just switch whenever?
So like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it's
How when you
like
switch characters
well-
in like different areas of the map.
where you are in the map, you just hit start and you switch, and it instantly just changes you to Evie
that
in the
doesn't
same
make any
spot.
sense.
It's nice because it's
They go into
whatever.
a
Why
do a
not?
payphone.
Jet
I feel like that's a
Jet
little
like Jessica doesn't like us.
That's like a little unnecessary. I know you don't like Assassin's Creed, but why is that
It
bad?
makes sense.
Well,
If you play GTA, it works the same way.
But GTA, I feel
They have like a
is
cool loading
different.
screen, but it still takes like an hour. Whereas in this
GTA
game,
is a
I'm
lot
sure it's
more
quick.
like, you know, free roam, do whatever you want. Where this is supposed to be like storyline based, and
No,
I feel like it's
Assassin's
pretty
Creed
free
is
roam.
really based on free roam. A lot of I tried so hard to beat the game, I kept getting sidetracked with side missions, doing all this random stuff that I didn't even have to do, and especially working on your gang, being able to recruit and. upgrade your gang's abilities and all that. That was absolutely phenomenal. But one of my favorite parts is in past Assassin's Creed games, there'd be a thief that would run and like steal something from a person. You have to run up and tackle them. In this, there's actually little kids and they steal money and they sprint away and you have to run up and you don't
kill them.
You don't tackle them. No, you
Yeah.
don't kill them.
The head of the
But
screen.
You grab their arm and you basically say,
Just
"Next
toss
time,
it.
don't get caught" or something like that. So it's pretty cool.
That was not as
Oh.
cool. Yeah.
I'm gonna buy the game now.
There's a lot of
Chase down kids.
there's lots of children like scenes. Like the first mission I played, there was like this child. It was a child factory, and you see this guy
Oh wow.
grabbing this kid, pulling him, and he's like freaking out. And the little girl grabs and pulls him back, and the guy's like, "Ah!" and like grabs the boy again.
I wish we were streaming this right now.
It was
Just
so
doing a one-man
intense.
show.
The Child Factory.
Yeah, me
But
too.
you guys will get to liberate some child factories tonight, okay? It's
Oh,
pretty
awesome.
awesome.
That's what I always want to hear in my life. If I ever hear that, I know something's going wrong.
Break down
Hey,
some
let's go
sweatshops.
liberate some child factories. What the fuck happened in my
It's
life?
rewarding.
Yeah,
It's very
especially when you
rewarding.
keep them. Halo. What's
I'm
going
not
on?
on Halo yet.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
I got
Remember, you
distracted.
get a whole hour podcast on
Oh,
Assassin's Creed.
I know. But I like the chemistry between the brother and sister because they've never done that kind
Ew.
of situation. Not like a like love life or anything like
But
that.
how do you see
Crimson.
the chemistry between them if you'll never play as one of them?
Maybe that.
Oh.
Well, it's because
They're cell phone.
you're free roaming as one of them, but when you do the missions,
Poop emoji.
they are together in the
Then-
cutscenes
okay, so
and
then-
in the story.
So then why doesn't it just have one follow you like an AI? It doesn't.
You
I
just
love
hate
how
on
much
this
hate you
game.
have.
You have so much salt that it's like going across in my
It's-
bank salt. Like everything he brings up, you're like, this fucking sucks.
It's not about having. You don't need someone following you as an AI or anything. It's just.
But then if they're
to
both
be
there in the
there.
cutscenes, that's all I'm saying is why is there just one of them when you play?
They probably just
Because
can't
both
make
of
that
them
work.
in the game,
Assassins don't work in pairs. They
both
So
of
then
them,
why in the
Apparently they
cutscenes
do.
are they working in
They
pairs?
make gangs.
And
that's when they're not
liberate-
assassins.
they liberate
debunked.
child
Game
factories.
in the game, you have Jacob who's doing his own things, and then Evie doing her own things. But then together, they both are going along this same kind of trajectory in a
I
sense.
do feel like Jacob wasn't his name.
It's Jacob Fry. It's Jacob Fry. I
It was
swear.
John
When we were
Cena.
first talking about this game, his name wasn't Jacob.
It was Jacob. I
I'm gonna
swear.
go back.
Yeah,
It's
just
like
say go back
Fabio.
and- Fabio.
No, okay. Question about because you said the girl's ability was that she could go invisible only when she's not moving.
Yeah.
So how does that
that's
translate? Is that still a thing? Is that actually how it works?
in the game? Yeah, but it's
Is it as awful
you
as
can
it sounds?
try it out. It's very, very weird.
We're gonna
I
try
find I never ever use it. I just when I want to
Cool
camouflage,
building.
I go into a haystack. I'm not gonna sit there, but
If you don't want to get dirty,
yeah, you
you
don't
just
wanna
stand
get
still
dirty.
and then you go invisible.
But I think brother and sister, it's a really cool twist, and I love the way that they act. They act like a brother and sister would. Like as soon as they decide to go to London, Jacob's like, "I could start a gang called the Rooks," and Evie looks and is like, "You're not going to start a gang called the Rooks," and it just shuts him down. I love that kind of just that. I don't know why. I like seeing that. It's very human and just very real. Their personalities.
They're assassins, but he's not allowed to start a gang. I feel like that's
They're
kinda-
good assassins.
No, there's. I don't want to spoil too much.
Deliberate
It's
child
okay,
I
factories.
haven't
because
gone into
I'm
it,
never
but-
gonna play it.
But for
He means
listeners,
for the
though,
people, you know.
it's
We're making this for the people.
But don't spoil it on the
For the
Assassin's Creed
people.
episode. So those will be the people that care.
Well, okay, fair enough. They basically they
So
go
much
to
hate.
London without permission from the assassins, their higher ups, their
Assassin's
leaders.
Creed?
Yeah, their creed, their council. They basically decide to go because they don't want to do these stupid, pointless little missions. They want to jump right into the hornet's nest and make a difference. And so that's what you do as Jacob and Evie. You go right into this this city owned by the Templars, but. Other things like the relationship between the characters and people like Charles Darwin and Alexander Graham Bell. They've had that in other Assassin's Creed games like Benedict Arnold, all those other people, and I found it was very lacking compared to Leonardo, Da Vinci, and Ezio. That was the best chemistry I've seen for a friendship like in an Assassin's Creed game. But in the Syndicate, they do a really good job at bringing that back, I find, with the characters. Especially Alexander Graham Bell. He's a really cool person.
Character.
Character, yeah. No, I know him. Me and him
Go way back.
We go way back.
Way
back
we
to
go way
18th century.
I was a vampire.
And the combat system, they've changed it greatly from Unity. You guys, I'm pretty confident you guys will like it. Like, it was more before. It was more like a head-on. Like, if you're fighting one guy, you get like a cool, like a kill cinematic against one guy. Basically, like, in some games you kill, and then if you do enough damage, it shows the cinematic kind of part. But now,
Bethesda.
Yeah, Bethesda.
Yeah.
Now it's up to like you can take on 3 guys at once, and it's just amazing the combat you can do.
Is it as overpowered as Black Flag?
No,
or
it's,
if you get like chain kills, you just one-shot everyone?
no, it's
Okay.
it's definitely not. But there's a combo counter now, which is pretty cool. And so when you're fighting, it's cool to see how far you can get your combo up. So like 50 hits
Batman.
without taking one
Batman,
damage.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it makes it a lot more enjoyable. So it definitely has brought the series back into the light from the dark.
That was on one side.
That was one side.
Okay.
Wait, did you actually write that light, dark thing?
I just wrote series
Make
back
my
into
light
the
dark
light.
analogy.
It's the same important quote here.
Are we on Halo now?
We're on Halo now.
Okay.
This is going to be interesting.
Are you now hopefully a little bit less salty?
Yes.
Still pretty salty.
I
I'm
don't
still
think
pretty
so.
salty.
Okay.
I talked Matt into not buying it now, so.
So you don't own? You've not seen anything, but so
Yeah,
Taylor's the
this
only
is-
one.
5
I think I
Guardians.
saw a red assault rifle. That was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
this is 5 Guardians.
So, for me, it was amazing, just saying. And it brings back the familiar multiplayer modes that are in like all the other Halo games. But then there's a new one called Warzone. And it's basically got requisition packs, and it was a bit confusing at first, but you start off and you have your team, and you have to take over this base, and you take over your base, and then the human enemy team is doing the same thing. But in the mix, there are Forerunner and Covenant AIs that you have to take down, and then as you take them down, you have to capture other bases while you're fighting the other human team, and you're getting vehicles, and that all throughout that mix, randomly Covenant will like airdrop in the area, or Forerunners will airdrop in the area, and you got to get these other objectives.
How many people are in this match?
It's 24 total.
Nice. That sounds pretty good.
It is, and it's really, really fun, especially because before, when you customize your Spartans, there wasn't huge selection of options, but now it's a lot of the armor you get. There's tons of armor, and it's all random through these packs you get from playing the game a lot, and so no 2 Spartans will look the same, which is very nice for a change. And the weapon variants are really, really cool. I mean, having your assault rifle with a little bayonet at the front now is really cool, because I never had anything like that before. And I played the multiplayer quite a bit
How's
with my
the campaign?
friends. Campaign?
Did we beat
I was
it?
gonna say it's good,
I haven't
because
beaten it.
everything's good with Taylor.
Well, playing as Locke is fun, but I wouldn't give it an A++.
Have you
Do
started
you
to
feel
play
a little bit shorter while playing?
Hmm?
Do you feel a little bit shorter?
Yeah.
You can
do you-
feel it?
You can feel that.
Are you playing with Chief now in the campaign?
Yeah, well, you play one mission as Locke and the next as Chief, and it just goes back and forth.
No.
And I don't mind it as much. Like, I didn't...
I've
I
heard
just-
that's been the biggest complaint so far. What I've seen from people is that, and I won't spoil it, but I hear that people don't like the ending of the campaign.
I haven't got to the ending yet, because I'm juggling the 2 games at once, but... So far, I like where it is going. The whole... I don't know if I should say... Well, are any of you guys gonna get into it if I say something?
I'll get it eventually. I'm just waiting.
Would it bug you if I said something?
She'll forget.
Why are you getting it eventually, though? I thought you were making like a stance like not buying it all of the show.
Yeah, I
Like,
thought
I'm
you
not
were
giving you
boycotting
60.
it.
Yeah, but now you're saying eventually you're gonna get it.
Because it's Halo. Matt,
You might not get it now though. Like other than Fallout coming out.
Fallout's coming out for one, and I mean I'm in no rush to buy it at $80
Yeah.
for
Very
me.
true.
I'll play it eventually. I'm just not in a rush to go throw $80 at it. I mean, the SAO game comes out on the 15th as well, and I'll buy that. I'm in no lack of video games to play for now.
Mm-hmm. Is that on console? Just
Vita and PS4.
awesome.
So I can
Carry
spoil
on.
this
Carry
a little
on.
bit then?
Go ahead. Well,
Good little pause.
Whatever. I'm
You'll
sure I'll
forget,
see
you'll
it
forget.
anyway.
Well, just the way they introduced Cortana into it, I just felt like it was rushed, and they didn't really cover it. They kind of just
what I
cheated.
hear is
they
the
cheated
campaign is very rushed, especially the ending. People are just like, well, That's cool. Like,
Yeah,
like then everyone feels like something's missing almost, and feels that like, oh, you really want to buy Halo
Because
6?
they put too much time in the multiplayer. Well, I can't say too much because, I mean, there's been really good reviews for the multiplayer. But the campaign is super lacking. And, I mean, took out co-op out of the campaign. They took out Forge. I mean, they've taken out...
Really? Forge is in there, huh?
Yeah, Forge got taken out.
That
Pretty
sucks.
depressing,
But from
yeah.
stats, they show that people have played the campaign more so far than online. Like, and it's only the first week, so obviously, but at least it still shows that people want a campaign. It's not going to be like Titanfall.
So another thing too, though, you saying that you haven't finished it yet because you're jumping between two games. I've heard the campaign's really short, and I'm sure you could probably push through it.
It
really
is,
quick.
it is, but I mean, I'm jumping between two games, and I have like real life stuff I'm doing, and I mean,
But-
Real life.
But I've heard
Real
that
life
it's like
stuff.
you can beat it in one night, short kind of.
I don't
think
think
she's
so.
calling
and
you out.
I'm playing when you're playing by yourself on Legendary. I've come across some points that are actually really difficult.
I've heard
the
you can beat it with your
campaign
eyes
is
closed,
challenging.
No,
I don't know about that.
I've heard legendaries actually.
Well, those are some hardcore fans then, because I mean, if you have a girlfriend, a full-time job, and you have two really crazy games,
I'll back that up. I think
It can get
it
intense.
depends.
You've
on
been
your
playing some
lifestyle.
multiplayer too, so
I've been doing multiplayer too. Yeah, so
give the guy
Plus,
a
when
break.
you get other games,
He's trying.
that's what happens. That's the same way with like Fallout coming. Like I'm gonna play the hell of that for a week, but when Battlefront gets there, I'm gonna jump back and forth between them. I'll probably like Fallout more because of the story, but I'm still not gonna just like okay Battlefront like see ya. Like I'll probably be like one day this, one day that. So I'm sure you guys will be like, oh I've beaten. I'll be like, oh I'm like kicking Darth Vader's ass on Hoth right now. I'll get back to Mad Max in a second.
but yeah,
Mad
I
Max.
mean,
I'm just calling it Mad Max now.
the missions definitely were short, and there were some things that were lacking. But I mean, as far as playing as Master Chief and scenes showing his storyline, I thought I loved that so much. And the only part as playing as Locke that I really liked was when you finally get to go see the Arbiter. And I was just plowing through that mission because I wanted to see the Arbiter, and he did not let down. He was fantastic. Like I was so pumped to
Taylor's
see
proud.
him. I thought it was great.
Oscar
Taylor's
nomination
seal
for
of
the Arbiter.
approval.
Yeah.
Oscar, no.
Arbiter, Emmy Awards, Oscars, Golden Globes, all that
That doesn't
stuff.
qualify for any of that. With the
Fictional
campaign, would you want another one like this again in the future? Like,
No,
is it
I'd want.
annoying going back and forth?
It's not annoying, but it's just different because I'm not used to that for a Halo game. I
Yeah.
think if you're gonna have two main characters, they should both have their own games. So I think, and I hope Halo.
It's odd enough to a
6
point where
is
it's, like,
Master
confusing.
But
Chief.
you don't feel that way with Assassin's Creed, though?
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed? No, I don't because
just
that's
Nancy
not
Grace
two.
and-
You know, in Fallout 4, you only play one character.
Yeah.
So.
But that's not. You're not doing two separate storylines. How can I say this? They're both
They're
two
on the
different
same
characters.
path.
Yeah, the
where
same
Locke
path.
and Master Chief are this way.
Yeah, they're both doing separate missions with the same ending. This
Yeah.
is that's hard for me to
Okay.
explain.
No, I was just wondering.
But
It's like Dishonored 2.
last
We got into that already.
last
So
thing
excited.
I'll
I'm
throw
playing as
in
Emily.
there with Master
Eagle
Chief. You always see
What?
him as like this wall, like he's just like a robot almost. But there is one part in the campaign where he literally says, "Fuck off." Basically, and
Oh, he doesn't actually say fuck off?
No, he doesn't literally
I thought he said, fuck off.
no, he gets confronted.
Locke.
He
gets
literally
fuck
says it
off.
basically, though.
Yeah.
He gets
Basically,
confronted.
fuck off.
When he gets confronted for the first time, he basically says, "Like hell it is," and
That's not even
They
close.
should have dropped the
no,
F-bomb.
that's me exaggerating a bit when I said "fuck off," but I mean, just you never in all the games with Master Chief, you've never seen him show any sign of like human emotion like that at all, and for him to finally show that, I had shivers go down my spine because I'm a huge fan of the
Development,
story.
that's good.
Yeah, exactly, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I'm putting my girlfriend like, "Did you hear that? Did you see that? Like, this is incredible."
She's like, relax, man.
She's like, fuck off.
Basically.
Basically, yeah, basically.
So that's the end for me. I'm happy
That's
with
really
Master
good.
Chief.
Nice.
Where would you rank it as far, like, you haven't beat it, but so far, where are you thinking in your, like, Halo mythology?
Ooh.
What do you mean, like out of all the
Mythology?
games?
Yeah,
Who's your
like-
favorite Halo?
I don't think mythology is the right
It
word.
sounds good. Like, is it on the higher end? Is it in the middle? Is it lower? Like, I'm
It's-
not saying any Halo game is bad, but also you have a list of, like, these are my favorites.
Is it better than 4?
I liked 4 more, but I mean, the story with like Master Chief's development in this is definitely a lot better. The only thing for me is I would take the AIs in Halo 3 over Halo 5's any day, because
really?
when you're working with your team in the campaign and you get down and they have to revive you, I feel like I'm playing with fucking
they
idiots.
can revive you now?
Yeah, only
Hey,
it
they're
depends
going
how you
off.
get killed, though. If it's like a
Blood
headshot,
bombs.
you're dead, but if you get shot a little
See, that
bit...
doesn't...
You would think, like,
I
oh,
don't
we're
like
cutting
that.
out co-op. Let's put some good AI in there. You would think.
Well, and the
That would be the
multiplayer
logical-
AI is really good, but just the campaign, your teammate AIs are stupid. But it's cool how they added the revive, because it's basically you get hit a lot and your armor basically locks into place, and you need to have your teammate come over and he basically unlocks your armor so that your shields regenerate in time. It's like a last resort kind of thing. It's kind of cool, but just make the campaign AI smarter, for crying out loud.
For crying
They're
out loud.
so
Hashtag
stupid.
crying out loud. Hashtag save animal. Hashtag fuck off. Block.
Basically.
Basically,
Basically.
hashtag basically.
Hashtag basically. Hashtag fuck off.
That's it for me.
I think that's it for all of us. Does anyone else have
Oh no! What did we
want
forget
to talk about Star
about?
Wars?
You already
more?
said
No,
it. You have to wait for next
Oh,
podcast.
I
Sorry.
can't.
Sorry.
I can't. Drop your news.
Drop it.
It's really, really quick, but for those of you who know about Assassin's Creed, like Ezio and all that, and Leonardo da Vinci, the movie coming out where it's Michael Fassbender playing as Aguilar in 15th century Spain, in the 15th century, that's the same time
I think these are
frame.
audible slaps that you're doing on your hand.
Yes, I'll keep my hands away. The 15th century, it's the same time period as Ezio, Leonardo, and all of them. And there's a part of Ezio's life where in Brotherhood, he actually goes to Spain in the 15th century, and he's tracking down his main target from Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and he goes to Spain with Leonardo da Vinci and Machiavelli. So it's interesting to see, because Ubisoft also said you will see familiar faces, and this does, it's in the Assassin's Creed universe. So to see Michael Fassbender in 15th century Spain, they didn't fill in all the gaps of what Ezio's doing, so if they do kind of maybe connect the two at some point, or even maybe Robert Downey Jr. as Leonardo da Vinci coming into play at some point, because I think it's a huge possibility now. And I just found that out recently.
cool.
I didn't connect the dots.
Do you think they would drop that in the first movie? Because I feel like that's something they should save for the sequel.
Well-
the first movie, they should just establish, like, hey, Fassbender, his missions, and then at some point they should meet up. Because to drop it in the first movie, it'd kind of be, I don't know.
Well, I don't know if they'll actually show the character. It could be just even a mention
Yeah.
of them in the same country, and I think that would even be pretty cool and get people excited that are fans of the series. But yeah, I agree with that.
Who would you cast? You got one actor to pick as for Ezio. Who are you going to pick?
Well, there's someone who. There's an actor who voices him. The actor who voices him. I can't remember
They're
his
not going
name.
to pick him.
I know.
Real actor.
I know, real actor.
Don't give me that. I'm sick and tired of video
If
game
he
characters.
can pull
You got
off,
voice Marcus Phoenix could play him. Fuck you. They're not going to get him.
if he can pull off that accent that Ezio has, then I would be all for it.
For who?
Well, for whoever. I don't know who I would pick.
You
for.
anyone that can do the accent.
He's
Well,
putting
I
you on the
guess.
spot. He wants you to say a name. Man.
Yeah. Any
Oh,
actor
God.
that you feel, not just some guy that could do an accent, because there's a lot of good mimes that could, like, be Ezio, I guess.
A lot of good mimes.
Yeah, they're skilled all the time.
Aren't mimes like...
Yeah, but they're
Silent?
skilled in many arts.
Aren't they silent?
Not
I trust them.
necessarily.
I trust them.
I don't know why, but
Never trust a mime.
I feel like Christian Bale for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like
He's just saying that to try and get me on.
No, I swear, because
He knows a Bale, Fassbender.
I think
Mads Mikkelsen
Yeah, Mads
would be
Mikkelsen.
Yeah,
I
he'd
think
be a great villain. No, Tom Hiddleston.
I know
I'm
Fassbender's the main
serious.
character, but I think they should also get him to do Ezio as well.
I could see him as Ezio, because I remember like he was rocking that beard. Ezio had this
Bale
beard
and
going
Fassbender
on.
together. Pfft, I'm not gonna make it. It's too much.
You would have to love it, and then
Oh, I would love it. It doesn't matter. I
Buy
love
all the
shit movies.
Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah.
Just become obsessed.
Which on the ending, no, we're talking about
rejected
Bale.
that. No,
Yeah.
not happening.
No, I will not.
Please.
I'm not going to buy the game. Don't take it that far. I'll go see their movies, but what was I going to say? With people, there's a lot of theories going on with Batman vs Superman. Just calm down. Ben
Theories.
Affleck's playing Bruce Wayne. Like, there's this big, like, huge, like, thesis people are writing up and whatnot that, like, oh, Ben Affleck's not playing Bruce Wayne, he's playing someone else, and Christian Bale's coming back. None of this is happening. Stop overthinking it. They're not going to have the first Batman vs Superman movie, just some random Batman. Just calm down. And I can't wait for this movie to come out, because then that'll prove it. And I just hope Joker's not Jason Todd, and that'll prove it. On that note, I think we're all done.
Is that the just going on what you're saying? Is that the theory where they said like someone like basically just like pretending to be Batman, and then
Yeah.
there's like fake Bruce Wayne's not
Yeah, and
actually
he comes
Batman.
back.
And he comes back.
And then apparently
I
there's
heard
saying, like
about
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's like Batman when he left him, he got so messed up he became the Joker, and that's who Jared Leto's playing. It's a cool theory, but it's one of these where people actually believe in it, and no, but
Well, I got
it's like
something.
oh, never mind.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember it. I want to know.
Yeah.
just tell us. No, tell us.
It's like so stupid. Well, when you guys say like people like believe in it, when we were talking about when the Jurassic Park when he was like had like the dead dinosaur, people were like believing that.
No,
It really was not necessary for me to describe.
I couldn't wait 5 minutes. I don't know.
Poor execution, Kirkland.
Along that note, other
You made me
stupid
do it.
stories like people keep talking about the story like, oh, Kylo Ren is for sure Luke Skywalker. He's turned to the dark
There's
side.
pictures of him with his mask off.
I know.
Calm down.
I know. It's stupid. Absolutely
It's just annoying.
stupid.
Well, on the Star Wars note, I want to thank everyone that listened, that either listened to the podcast regularly or maybe a new listener. That was our second highest ever episode. I was pretty happy about that. I kind of had a feeling because Star Wars and lots of people were really hyped about. We're all hyped about it, but I was very surprised. In less than a week, it was our second highest episode, so that was great to see. And we'll be delivering more Star Wars stuff. We got a couple more reviews coming out.
Now we have like a kind of like a schedule now. So next week we're covering Fallout 4, of course.
Yeah.
As well as just
We're going to post a
news.
schedule on Facebook because
Okay.
we legitimately have it planned till August, so
Yeah.
I can't...
Sweet Jeebus, I have not been included in this plan.
I sent it to the group's chat.
So yes, you
I,
were.
I had notifications turned off.
Because Taylor was like, hey, we
Understandable.
should make a schedule for the Facebook page. I'm like,
Did I
okay.
say that?
Yeah.
Oh, I
yeah.
can't remember.
I might have said that.
Well, either one. I'm like, okay.
Either way, Fallout and stuff next week, and then
Battlefront after, lots of stuff. But
Yeah.
then at the end of the month, some more Star Wars reviews will be coming out, so that'll be good. And yeah, no, thanks for listening there. And yeah, what?
I got a shout out real quick.
Okay, shout out.
I can't remember if it's his name, but Windy Fart, our reviewer. I just like, we appreciate your feedback. So we'll.
Are you taking that because it was directed at you think? Because the Star Wars
Was it
review-
directed
What
at
was
me?
that
Review again?
cold?
I was probably the one sniffling,
Yeah,
but
I think that's
I'm not
what
the one
someone-
who was coughing. Like some of us.
But he
would
said you
cough.
should blow your nose.
yeah.
So I think that was you, Taylor.
Well, I will blow my nose next time. I appreciate you acknowledging.
Thanks for
and
the feedback.
Hey, everybody,
Feedback's good.
give us reviews, subscribe, so you know whenever an episode drops. Like, I'm not saying that just to like hype us up. Like, there have been a lot of specials. Like the Star Wars one, we literally did just that night. Like, we're doing it. So like, I don't have usually much time to promote the specials like that because sometimes they're just spur of the moment.
Yeah.
So that's why it's good to subscribe because it's gonna be a lot of Star Wars. There's gonna be a lot of specials coming out this Halloween.
Halloween.
This December and whatnot. We got a lot more GeekVerses coming out, which I'm very
Yeah.
excited. Next one will be video game characters, so that'll probably drop in November at some time. So we got to come up with a list somehow of the 20th. Or do we want to do like a brand first, or just 20 overall? How do we
Just,
want to do
I think
that?
overall.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
tough.
Try to keep it one to a series. I think would be good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So no, just one person from Smash. No, I'm joking.
No, well, that's a thing. Like just Mario.
I
You
think
don't need other
you could
stuff.
get someone else. But anyway, so like I said, review, subscribe, and then where can they find us?
In the search bar.
Yeah,
Not only in the search bar, but in the search bar of Google. And then they punch in Facebook,
and
and then
Google. Have you tested this?
yeah, I have. You go on Google and you put in
What
Facebook,
if you
and it'll
ask
take you to
Jeeves?
Facebook.
Oh, man.
I'm not trying to ask Jeeves. I will. I'll get back to you guys.
So you punch that.
What
in.
happened to that?
Yeah.
You punch it in.
What about Internet Explorer? Is that still working?
Actually, if you
maybe.
do go to Google and type in GeekVerse Podcast, our Twitter and our Facebook do actually both
Ooh.
pop up.
Oh,
All
we're
right, so Google is
popular.
Our MSN doesn't pop up though. That's a shame.
Travis
Oh.
Snell, actually, you pop up on here too.
I have images on Google. It's
Look
really
at look at
annoying.
you. You're the third. Travis
Nice.
Snell.
Because I have it in my
have
tagline.
so many
Co-host of
followers,
GeekVerse.
that's why.
I'm going up, and our Twitter's been going up. So like I said, thank you. Our Twitter's been going up. That's been like
Yeah, you've been putting a lot of polls on there. That's fun.
yeah, and the polls. Sorry for you guys. The Warcraft did not fare well. There was not a single vote for. Looks good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So yeah, but anyways, where can they find us after going to Google? Ask Jeeves.
They
all that.
can-
Punch in.
go on Facebook, and then in that search bar, you put in GeekVerse Podcast, and we are number one at the top.
Yeah, we are. And same thing on
Hopefully-
iTunes.
hopefully
We're
we're still number one.
Hopefully.
on iTunes now. When you put in just Geek V, we pop up. The first thing they would say
Oh.
Geek Vice and other ones like that. So
Celebration.
we're there. So like I said, go there, subscribe, and then on Twitter you can find us at GeekVerseCast and constantly updates, schedules, things like that. So yeah, wherever you are, thank you for listening, making us part of your day, and See you next week.
Yeah.
Will we see them?
Yes.
What?
Will we see
Yeah,
them?
we're coming to everyone's house. Everyone that listens, we're gonna do a special episode
Door
for
to
you.
door.
You pick the topic, and we just go for an hour.
Sounds good.
Everyone's really hyped on it.
Yeah.
We'll see you later, Windy Fur.
We're coming to find
Thanks
you.
for listening.
Bye.
Boy,
find you.
next week we'll see you then. So I see the schedule, but when I click on them, they don't open.
Well, you go to it's a glow in the dark one.